NYC. That's right, our bottom line. Let's go, let's go, let's get it. How everybody doing? Because then I look at you and the world is all right with me. How everybody doing out there in YouTube land? It's your boy Boogotti NYC, hoping that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Hope Liberty's feeling a little better. Just found out that she's not feeling too good today, so I guess we got everybody else that's going to do the run with me. But you know what? We really care about Liberty, so that's not even important. We want to make sure that Liberty's doing good first and stop worrying about everything else. So yes, hope you're going to be feeling a little better, Liberty, and we hope that you get past this little bit of pain that you're going through. All right, we're praying for you as well. What's going on, everybody? Besides that, let's say what's going on this morning, you guys. How y'all doing this morning? It's Tuesday. That's right, you guys. How y'all doing this morning? I think it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Got the wrong date, but it's Tuesday. That's right, y'all. It's the 9th. It's moving days. Days are moving very fast. Days are moving so fast. I wanted to make an announcement, but I'm going to wait till more people come on in. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing out there? Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. See, we got Batty Lynn up in the building, Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno. Everybody's here. Judith is in here too. So you know what we're going to do, right? We're going to go ahead and get to utilizing this time this morning, and we're going to get those prayers in the air. Thank you so much for letting me know that the audio is good. We got to get those prayers in the air. First and foremost, want to pray for Liberty that she's feeling 100% better. Hopefully she makes it back tomorrow or makes it back tonight if that's the case. Early as possible, hopefully she gets better. Want to pray for everybody here. Want to pray for love, happiness, and respect and peace. I want to pray for honor. I want to pray for commitment, and I want to pray for togetherness. Also want to pray for endurance, and I want to pray that we stay healthy for us as well as our family and our animals. I want to pray for Miss Swanza this morning. We're praying for the glare up there. We're praying for Jamal Crutcher, also Batty Lynn, Rebecca Lanyon, Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're praying for Teddy Marcel, VG5P. We're also going to pray for Jonathan. I see my people up in the Winter Rising. Also Mark Dorfman. Who else we got in here this morning? Adam. I see Miss Swanza. And you know you got me up in here too, right? But we can't forget about other people as well. Can't forget about Casey Ramos. Also can't forget about Jeffrey Spilker. Can't forget about, let's say, Jordan. Also don't want to forget about Angels Among Us, Colessive. Can't forget about Luigi. Can't forget about those people as well. Where's all my people at this morning? I know you guys are probably out there working, but yeah, we can't forget about you. 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy, you as well, even though you're not here yet. But yes, we try to remember you guys as well. Got you all in those prayers, and guess what? I'm ready to go. Amen. I'm sorry. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Do, 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 do. Wind it up. Do, 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 do. Wind it up. Because it's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's 6 o'clock now. Had to hurry up because it's time to start the show. I'm ready to go. Come on. It's time to start the show. You want to wave? All right, let's go. Come on, man. I'm ready to go. It's Tuesday. You ready? Because you already rushed me. Okay. Olay. Don't play. Clear the throat. And we open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those. Uh, uh, uh. If it's Tuesday the 9th, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. Said I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. What's good, everybody? That's right. Y'all heard what it was. It's the 9th, and you know what it is, 2026. That's right. We made it another day, you guys. I'm hoping that everybody's feeling good because guess what? I am. I'm prayed up. I'm thanking the Lord for another day, thanking Him for being here with you guys, and thanking Him for my health. Also, what I want to thank Him for is us being together one more time. Amen. That's right, you guys. You know what I'm about to do right now, right? You know what we got to do. We got a lot to get into. I'm not even going to play around because we have so much to get into this morning. Want to give a special shout out to all of the new people with new gloves. Hope you're really appreciating the show and you really see what's going on here and you know how we do it. We don't play one side. We let everybody have their opinion. That's the our bottom line way. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm not even going to play around. It's time to do it. You guys are ready? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I need you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. It really, really helps out because I like to go looking in all of those places that you guys tell me. Cleveland, Ohio, Idaho, even though we go there all the time, just let me know. Other states, other countries, we go there too. As long as there's video and coverage, we're going to go looking. And if there's information, boom, we're going to bring it to you. Also, what I want to tell you guys to do also, let me know what time it is where you're chiming in from. Also, let me know what city, what state, or what country. We love to see those flags. I'm telling you, I remember Australia. I remember England when it comes down to those flags. That's why you guys see sometimes we go across pond, which means that those people have to get some news too. We got to share the love, you guys. So you know what else I'm going to do right now without any further ado, right? Let's get into these titles. We got work to do. Let's go. We got work to do. Let's go. We got why did Trump tell Benjamin Netanyahu to end the attacks on Hezbollah? I could tell you right now, the possibilities are, hey man, we're negotiating right now. Wrong time to do this. Guess what? Iran was ignoring. Then you got Israel. They were ignoring them. They were just doing their things. Like two schoolyard kids in the back in the bathroom getting it in. Now I'm not trying to hear nothing. I finally got a clear shot at this fool. You know how they go, and sometimes you can't separate people once they get stirred up. And you know what? Don't know what to say about it because how do I know what to say about others' feelings, religions, and their situations? All I can do is say I hope it comes to an end and that this war comes to an end as well, so more people can have their lives instead of rubble to deal with, and then children don't have to deal with this as well. Any country, any state. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Also, really big thing coming in here for New Yorkers. Hope you guys are ready for this because our New York SNAP recipients prepared for the new requirements. That's right. If you receive SNAP, if you receive any sort of food benefits when it comes down to food stamps, that card thing, I don't know what they call it, but if you do that, you're going to have to be required to do 20 hours a week of work. That's 80 hours a month. What do you guys think about that? They say a lot of people are going to be involved all the way from 16 to 64. I'm sorry, 18 to 24. If you're not in school or in a program, you're going to have to pay for the SNAP benefits now. In New York, Mom Dami couldn't stop it. Let's keep going, you guys. What else we got over here? Last but not least, we've got information coming in from Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Will they see the release of the 3 million files? Good question. We've been asking that question for a long time ourselves. Will the Jeffrey Epstein victims finally see the release of the 3 million files since we now know about them, know the differences and what's going on there? We don't know. We're going to find out because we got some clips and information coming up. Also, along the Jeffrey Epstein part, we have victims who are being contacted and how could I say trolled, disrespected, called all sorts of names and things like that. Gotta just tell you guys, I don't think that that's correct. You know, if someone's been a victim already, I can't even see how you victimize a victim. It's pretty sad, and I just want to say that outright right now. But you know what I'm going to do right now? It's time to get into it. That's enough talking. Grab your water, your tea, and your 55 coffee house, and let's get into it, you guys. You know what we got to do right now. Let's get that breaking information coming in, and let's see where we at with it. I think we're going to start it off with the president. After the Nick loss yesterday, he was on his way back to the White House, and hung around on a tarmac a little bit to do some gaggle and speak with reporters. Let's see what he said. Good morning, everybody. Guess what? It's Tuesday. We made it. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen, get those lights up. Let's see what the president has to say.
The game was fantastic, well played by both teams. We all had a lot of fun. It was great to watch. Very talented players. We have ongoing negotiations in Iran and with Iran that hasn't stopped. And we could have at least an idea by 1 or 2 days from now, but I think it's going well.
Money Tree, Jeffrey.
The blockade continues to hold 100%. Nothing is getting through our blockade. No oil, no income, no nothing. Nothing's getting through the blockade. We have a great Secretary of the Interior, and we have Lee Zeldin, as you know, Environment, and you might give a little update on what we're doing with a few different things, as long as we're here with the news, with the media. They're being very nice tonight, the media. In California, I hear they speeded the process up a little bit, and they had a good result. One good result out of two. Doug, would you like to say a couple of words? Well, I was just saying on the Middle East, President Trump has all the leverage, and I'm confident we're going to come out of this with a great deal. In terms of getting ready for the spectacular celebration of our amazing country, our 250th, with President Trump's safe and beautiful in D.C. What's been accomplished, I want to give a shout out to everybody that works for the National Park, the U.S. Park Police, but, you know, cleaning up dozens and dozens of monuments, dozens of fountains back working in the reflecting pool, which you've all known is near completion. It's going to be ready before the UFC event at the end of this week. So everything's going great on that front. The city's never looked better. And President Trump, I think you've called them love letters. You've got more love letters on about the fountains and the beauty of the city than ever before. But how fitting as we go into our 250th that President Trump personally getting involved in making sure that our capital reflects the greatness of our country, because it's not decline is a choice of President Trump. Trump has shown a blueprint for every American city, every mayor in this country that's got a large metro, that's got a homeless problem, that's got a graffiti problem, that's got a crime problem. He's played out a blueprint of how you solve that, and that's the real lesson here. Well, and I have to tell you that the main thing is there's very little crime now in D.C. It was a crime haven a year and a half ago. Very little crime. Soon, I think it'll be almost no crime whatsoever. So,
well, I can't back you up on that, sir, because I got some more reporting to do. We're only at the first clip, and you happen to be it. And then talking about being a model for other cities. Hope he's talking about New York, because guess what? If I can make it there, I'll make it bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. That's right, y'all. We getting right into it. Come on now, buddy. Stay your place. You gotta keep you do your job and I'll do mine. That's right. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's get on over to Penn Station. We got a stills nabbing. I can't say those words. They can say it. Stills nabbing. You're gonna get onto it after a while. All I do is add a little bit of words in the middle, and it's still the same word. By the way, I got a real big announcement I need to make. Just trying to make sure a bunch of you guys already come up in here. I think we got enough people I can make this announcement, right? I made a mistake before. I said that we had 54 more days until we get out of, that YT prison that they got us in. I did a little bit of mathematics and calculating, went back to the actual day when it happened. Nah, Boogotti, you're wrong. You only got 31 days. So guess what? We only got 31 days left for the BS. And guess what? We can do that on the pinky. Look how we did that other little, 59 days already? So we did 59 days already. We got 31 days left to be back on top where we belong. So we're gonna just keep on doing what we gotta do. And look at that. I just felt so good today. I just wanted to say that. I was hoping that Liberty was gonna be able to stay in so I could say that while she was here. But you know what? I'm gonna text her and one of you guys get in contact with her and let her know we only have 31 more days for YT, you know what. I don't say it loud, I don't bring it out because guess what? Everything I say actually goes in that algo, and I'm not trying to give them that type of rhythm. You feel me? Let's keep on moving forward. We got to get on over to Penn Station because we got that stills nabbing of 6. That's right, 6 people. New York City, and this is that now what we're trying to do is see if we're going to be able to secure New York when it comes down to if there is like a game 5 or game 6 here, is he going to be able to be secured? Because they were saying game 3, sadly the Knicks lost. You feel me? So let's keep on moving forward.
Penn Station is one of the busiest transit hubs in the country, but on Sunday evening, 6 people were stabbed right inside there. This morning, we know that 1 person is in custody. Amtrak police are patrolling inside this morning, and we do know that there are still many unanswered questions. Now, take a look. This is video showing Citizen app. Let me walk you through what we know at this point. Amtrak police says the
Good morning, everybody.
attack was 7 last night. First responders are telling us that 1 person was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. 2 had moderate injuries and 2 others had minor injuries. There's no word yet on the condition of the 6th victim at this point. Now, Amtrak police also say a person was taken into custody at the.
You guys see that dude right there? I know you got a lot of other stuff going on over there that's like throwing you off a little bit, but pay attention because they do have this guy over here with his hands behind his back where everybody's like got him up against this little pillar here.
Scene here, and a knife was recovered. Right now, investigators, they have not said what could have led up to the stabbings or whether the people involved knew each other. Mayor Zor.
Guess I was wrong. I guess they didn't get anybody. My bad. He walked away. Corrected.
Mamdani called this act horrific and said his heart is with the victims, their loved ones, and everyone shaken by the violence here.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were standing there with your hands behind your back, buddy. It looked like they had you. 6 people inside of Penn Station, 1 person on the Amtrak in police custody. Oh, you guys.
Commuters.
That's too much right there. There's too much going on in this city. Can't even keep it together. Yeah, but we got to go to other cities as well. And I'm hoping that a whole bunch of those people and a lot of those people actually can get through it and feel like, and get better. I don't want people to be stressed out and scared. When you're in a big city, it's already rough. It's bad enough that we have other situations going on. The last thing we need is something like this. The 6 people who were injured, I want to pray for them. Also, I think there was 1 that was really injured in a very bad way. We're going to pray for 100% recovery on that. Oh my, we really got to stop this stuff out here, you guys. We really got to stop. Amen. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Spilker, for showing love. Look at that. Everybody snatched those up. We got some new gloves up in here. Look at that. They should be happy about that. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. Thank Jeffrey Spilker. Everybody that got those gloves, thank Jeffrey and thank yourself for popping in on the show today. Didn't even know you're going to get a free membership. Thank you so much. Let's get on over to see what's going on with Israel as Iran and Israel traded strikes overnight. Now, what happened is, let's see what's going on with this situation here.
Sirens blared over Israel Monday morning, signaling a re-escalation in the war with Iran. Israel says its defense forces carried out strikes on Iranian military sites and a petrochemical plant. This after Iran fired missiles at Israel in retaliation for Israeli military strikes on Hezbollah targets near Beirut. According to reports from the Associated Press and Axios, Israel launched strikes after President Trump had called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and urged him not to retaliate against Iran.
We get along very well. We've been great comrades. I disagree with him on a couple of things.
In a pre-taped interview with NBC News Meet the Press, which aired Sunday, President Trump acknowledged that he and Netanyahu are sometimes at odds.
I'd like to see a more surgical attack on Hezbollah.
The latest exchange of fire, along with multiple rounds of defensive strikes the U.S. has carried out against Iran in recent days, now threaten the fragile ceasefire as President Trump pushes Tehran to reach a peace agreement.
We're very close to having a deal, and if we don't have a deal, we'll do it one way or the other. Either way, we win.
Iran.
All right, let's bring it up a little more updated and see what's really going on after today. What's up now?
From our chief Washington correspondent, John Carl. And John, let's pick up right there. Israel and Iran both defied President Trump here.
Absolutely. The president has been up very early this morning, posting on social media, pleading with both of them to stop the attacks. He is trying to salvage what is left of his ceasefire, clearly worried not just about the Iranian actions, but that his ally, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, will blow up what is left of those peace talks. You saw Tom reference that interview with Axios. The words were quite stark. He said that he was calling Netanyahu right now and telling him not to attack Iran. Each of them had their fun. And Iran had its strike. We don't need another one. And George, at about the same time, the president did an interview with the Financial Times, and he said that Benjamin Netanyahu would have to go along with whatever peace deal he gets with Iran. He won't have any choice. I call the shots. I call all the shots. He doesn't call the shots. But George, despite all of that, and
No, no, no. I think we actually found some sort of peace. Let's see what's going on here, you guys. I got to run it down as it came in because also Iran's armed forces end the military operations against Israel, but they issued a fresh warning. This is a whole new network. Never even really heard about NewsX, but let's see what's going on over there. Also, I told you I had 5 on it, stacking the deck, letting you guys see what's going on. Just so happens to be about one category. Why am I stuck on that category? Because it does affect us. It affects us monetarily. We're already in a big hit. We're already dealing with situations. We're dealing with petrol. And if that diesel price goes up one more time, I don't know where we're going to be at, you guys. You understand what I'm telling you? They're taking away benefits and taking away monetary, right? And then what's going to happen the next time diesel prices go up? That means gas is going to go back up. And that means, you ready? Food prices go back up and they're going to make more excuses to do it. We can't take that again. Let's keep on going.
We start now with some breaking news. A statement's just come out from the IRGC.
Superlania.
Forces have announced the end of military operations against Israel, according to semi-official Fars News. They warned, however, that harsher attacks could follow if Israel resumes strikes on Lebanon. The statement claims Iran responded painfully to Israeli actions in southern Lebanon and the Dahiyeh area with support from the United States. The announcement comes after President Trump called for Israel and Iran to immediately stop shooting, aiming to protect ongoing peace efforts. Israel has not issued an immediate response, but officials say they are prepared for a range of options against Iran.
Yeah, but Luigi, what I'm trying to say is, can we take another hit? Can we, as the people out here actually paying for it, can we take another hit? Because what I'm trying to tell you, them supermarkets don't care. They will raise a steak up to $15 for a little slice like this as fast as a cat can lick his ass. I'm telling you. And they'll be looking at us like, yeah, well, you know, it's expensive. Gas prices. Look at the diesel. Blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm talking about. They will raise the prices up. So what I'm trying to say is if they're already high, like you said, that means it's going to go up even more. There you go, Audrey. Exactly. I don't think we need any more. They don't end it just chilling. Sadly, someone's got to pay for that. They need to end it. Bologna's the new steak. Look at that. Look at Robert. Bologna's the new steak. There you go. And then we already struggling. Yes. Let's keep on going over to see what's going on with this Russia/Ukraine situation because they hit Chernobyl. You know, Ukraine boom boom with a drone over to Chernobyl, and they just said that Ukraine has more drones than anybody right now. Over this time, that people thought that Ukraine was like losing. Mm-mm. Ukraine is actually kicking butt. But the whole thing about it is like, for what? 15,000 people a month. Could you imagine that, losing that many soldiers? Where are they getting all these people from? Just putting them out there like chess pieces. Listen to this craziness right here, y'all. Let's go.
The latest now on the war between Ukraine and Russia. We are live in Moscow after Russian strikes at a nuclear storage facility near Chernobyl. Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Panel reports. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. We're here on the streets of Moscow. That's the famous Bolshoi Ballet behind me. And it looks like things are normal, but actually things are not. We're now in the 5th year of this war, but it definitely feels like things are shifting here. Russia, of course, is still attacking Ukraine, hitting a storage site for spent nuclear fuel in Chernobyl. Remember, that's the nuclear power plant that exploded 40 years ago. Drones slamming into a building there.
You don't want to do that, Chernobyl. Like, what are you doing? You don't want to bring that up again.
President Zelensky of Ukraine accusing Russia of a deliberate and violent attack. And we're seeing nuclear experts who are monitoring the site warning that attacking the facility with that much nuclear material is like playing with fire. But here's why I think things feel different. Firstly, Ukraine's drone capability has massively increased, even the Pentagon acknowledging this. And over the weekend, Ukraine launching an unprecedented attack on Vladimir Putin's hometown, St. Petersburg. Ukraine again and again hitting military.
Zelensky sending it at Putin's hometown, all those drones, like, oh yeah, we're gonna send them at his hometown. You already see them going at all of their warships. Ukraine ain't really losing this thing like everybody thought.
And energy infrastructure. And on the battlefield, Russia's invasion has stalled. In some cases, the Kremlin's men are even in retreat. And here, on the streets of Russia's capital, people are uneasy. I think having tried to ignore the war for more than 4 years, it's now impossible to do so. Russia's casualties are now thought to be more than 500,000 people dead and many more wounded. We heard Secretary of State Rubio saying recently that Russia's losing 15 to 20,000 soldiers every month. And these Ukrainian drones are impossible to ignore here. Now, it'd be too premature, of course, to write off Vladimir Putin. He's made it clear that he wants to see this war through. But he's now facing greater pressure than ever before. Remember, President Trump once told President Zelensky of Ukraine, you don't have the cards. Well, now it seems he does. Rachel?
Yeah, 5 years into this conflict, can it come to an end?
Yeah, after you keep on beating somebody down for so long and you don't finish them, that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, 48 Laws of Power. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you have not read 48 Laws of Power, you need to. It's a very strong book, and one of the laws is, don't even give them room. Finish them. Anytime you see that, remember that game? Finish him. Finish them. You have to. Remember the karate flick? I will avenge my master. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, he go through his whole life. Hi, 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 hi. He beat up the whole village. Next thing you come after the old man with the white hair, and he wins. That's why you can't let him do that. That's just how it is in business and in war, you guys. I'm sorry to be that way, but I am a businessman. I will crush you. Don't play with me. Let's do it. Let's do that. You got to do what you got to do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen. Damn you! You killed my master. I will avenge him. You son of a bitch. I used to love doing that. We got to get on over here and see what's going on with Spencer Pratt. So sorry, but he's not doing as good as many of you guys thought. And I told you guys about this. Remember what I always said? The Costanza effect. Sometimes you can't let people know what you want. You can't let them know. You gotta honestly act like you want the other thing to happen. And this way, when your thing happens, you can really enjoy it. You know what I'm talking about? Because when you let people know sometimes they try to throw a monkey wrench in your mix. Same situation is going on here. Sad to say it, but it does not look like your guy. You know, I know you guys were going for it, but it doesn't look like Spencer's going to make it this time. I'm sorry, you guys. He's actually third when it comes into the runnings.
Okay, as we mentioned, if you're still breathing, those still counting votes out in California. Take you over the board, show you what we got over the weekend. There were a couple of vote dumps, not a ton, but let's start in California here in the governor's race. And we know that Javier Becerra had advanced as of last week, so he's one of two under California rules. The top two advance. Now the battle's between Hilton and Tom Steyer. Steyer's been creeping up a little bit. He's within about 300,000 votes of Steve Hilton, but here's what you have, right? You have 72% of the estimated vote in, so that's not quite a third of the votes still out there in the governor's race there. Honestly, I can't tell you when we're going to get an answer. I don't know if it's going to be a couple of days or a week or beyond that, but that's where we stand. Hilton stays in second place as of now. If he keeps that spot, then he advances to the general election come November. This is the mayor's race in Los Angeles. Karen Bass advanced early last.
I believe that too, Adam, because it's about the money. It's about using your power that's already there. It's the same thing that check this out. It's the same thing that Kathy Jokel Hochul is doing. You got to realize something. It's really hard to get somebody out of power once they're already in the position, because the fact that they still have the intimidation going on while they're in power. Oh, so you're not going to vote for me? Oh, so you're not going to get behind me and say something like, if I win, then you're blah, blah, blah. And they can insinuate things like that. And then once people see their power, they're like, you know what? We're just going to stay with her because, and that's what they wind up doing, which is why a lot of times, most of the time, you see people win a second term. It's really hard to break somebody from a first term. I mean, from when they're already in office, especially if they're a very manipulative person and they make it rough for the other people that are in the play. Just keep on moving forward, you guys.
Last week, yeah, 83% of the votes counted already. So you can do the math, how much of a percentage is still out there. Here's the headline, and here's the news. Spencer Pratt, who held on to second place all week last week, has now dropped to third. And Nithya Raman, a progressive who used to work and support Karen Bass, has now moved into slot number 2. Pratt trails Raman now by about 3,000 votes as it stands right now on this Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning in California. We expect to get more votes later today, but hold on that. We'll wait till those come in. Matt Finn live in the city of industry east of LA. Matt, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Nearly a week after Election Day here, and LA County says it still has 355,000 mail-in ballots to process. They will be counted in this massive facility behind me. Now, yesterday's ballot dump pushed Councilwoman Nithya Raman past Spencer Pratt by about 3,000 votes into that critical second place spot. If Raman holds on to her lead, she'll advance to the runoff election against Mayor Karen Bass in the fall. Now, before the ballot dump yesterday, Spencer Pratt posted in part writing, "We've got all the way till July 6th to keep counting. They're not the only ones who know where to find votes."
Okay, I hope all the best for you, buddy. I hope all the best for you. I know if you guys out in LA, I know a lot of people are actually going to be going for him. So yeah, I'm sure everyone's okay. Let's see what you guys got on this topic. Seeing the crooked from a mile away. Wish we had Trump here in the UK. What else you guys got for me, Brian? Good morning. I'm ready to read you guys' comments. We already did the 5. I just know some of the best work is done in the streets, praying for people. I couldn't be a politician sitting on my butt. Half the things they say I'm campaigning are just baiting people. Yep. Especially all of those local people. Like I think somebody just said that they got a mayor that won't give it up. And she said that she approached them and said, why don't you let somebody else be the mayor? They don't care about that. They love the power. They love the position that they are in. They don't want to lose the power that they're in. And they keep on doing manipulative things to make it possible to keep doing that. And they suppress other people. And they have so much control over the sheriffs, the police, the schools, and all of that. It's really hard to get rid of them. It's just like that. And it sucks that it's like that. If it's not like that, it's the money thing. Whoever has the more money to promote, be on television and get the word out. That's why we don't get the right people. That's why they need to start capping that. You know what, you guys? We're only gonna let you guys have $40 million each as a budget to advertise with. Do what you can do with that. $40 million, that's it. For us, all of them all of that $1 billion budgets, no. We want to see what you guys can do with 40 million. This will incentivize them to actually maybe have to talk about their points more and really do what they have to do what they have to do, or to just really show that the money really didn't really mean anything. Because check this out, exactly what someone else said. Once they get into office, they all change anyway. Look at your boy, Mom Dami. Now he's a supercat. Now he's a Dom Dami. Let's get on over to Washington because the House has just released the bombshell report on what? Minnesota fraud. You know, we always got to get down to this section and show you guys some fraud situations going on. So let's do it.
The House Oversight Committee this morning dropping a bombshell report on rampant fraud in Minnesota. They allege Democratic officials there knew about the problem earlier than they've admitted, but they failed to act.
That's right, you guys. We got another shipment in too, so I want to know. I don't know where we at with those numbers. I'm gonna see if I can help you guys out today, because if you're trying to get up to 400 likes, yeah, I'm gonna make you work this time. We need to get 400 likes for me to spend all of that postage and write all of those names and addresses. Yep, 400. 400 in order for me to send out 6 keychains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. That's right, and 6 Our Bottom Line decals. You got to get 400 likes, and if you don't get it, I'm so sorry for you, because that's a lot of writing for 12 letters. That's right. So we're going to send out 6 Our Bottom Line keychains, and we're sending out 6 Our Bottom Line decals. And that's only if you guys can get those likes up to 400. That means 12 people will be receiving merch. All you got to do is email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Do me a favor. Don't email me if we don't receive the 4 unless you're sending information about health and wellness. I pay attention to the numbers. Let's do that. Let's make sure we're doing that, right? Let's make sure we're paying attention to the numbers and we're saying, yo, Boogotti, you did get the 400 today, all right? For the 6 and 6. Let's keep on moving forward.
Chat program live on Capitol Hill with details. Good morning, chat.
Dana, good morning. The earth-shattering report accuses Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison of knowing about fraud as far back as 2020.
I believe it.
Ignoring or retaliating against whistleblowers.
I believe it.
We had the $250 million takedown of the Feeding Our Futures campaign in Minnesota, which was supposed to be money for feeding our children. We've convicted 77 people involved in that campaign. Just the other month, back in Minnesota, a $90 million fraud against autism centers for our most vulnerable children.
The 200-page report says Minnesota state officials ignored warning signs about the fraud and even...
That's a perfect warning sign right there. Quality Leering Center. Ain't nothing quality about leering. I assume that's what leering is.
even tried to cover it up. Walz claims he worked to find corruption through additional audits.
The buck stops with me. And as I know, some of you will take that as an open invitation to play politics with every incident of fraud that takes place here in Minnesota, even though I have to tell you, the statistics show it's happening in red states more than here, but so be it.
The report says Minnesota officials dismissed fraud probes. It says they feared accusations of racism. The committee says that Ellison met with people from Feeding Our Future, including those later convicted of fraud. Now, the House this week is again focusing on fraud via legislation. One bill up this week cracks down on ghost students and fraud in student aid programs. Dana?
All right. Thank you so much, Chat. Be sure to.
Okay, you guys, I showed you the Bugattis and the Kobe Bryant sneakers and all of that stuff yesterday with all of the, what was that, baseball memorabilia and all of that. They really getting people out here, y'all. They really getting people out here. Yeah, they really getting people out here. They getting them, you guys. Judas is under the, what's under the header on top? Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up if you guys appreciate the content. If you have not subscribed, we're working our way up to 73,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I see you guys, a lot of members, a lot of new members up in here, but let me get you guys some more news. Let's get on over to Washington, because do you believe that the farmers are better off under the administration now than it has in the past? Because there's a lot of farmers out there that's really feeling it right now. And I know a couple myself. And I know people that are really struggling and surviving to stay on right now, to buy fertilizers, to keep their farms together, to take care of their animals. Because there's not only one thing you have to do when you have animals and you have livestock. You also have to pay veterinarians, you have to pay for feed, you have to pay for food and water and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of situations that go hand in hand when you're dealing with livestock as well. So it's not just about planting, it's about livestock. It's so many different areas, fertilizer, ammonium, different things like that. So I just want to try to shed a light. I was watching these people in Congress yesterday. I couldn't really find too much of, one area that I was really interested in, but I did not want to negate the entire category. And I do want to bring it up because that's probably why it's not being, there's a light being shined on it. A lot of our vegetables and our foods and even our meats, like flown in from Argentina. So is it really helping our American farmers when we're going out of the country to get all of this stuff? Why are we doing it? And why can't we get back to farming the way that we used to in America? That's my question. So this was the best that I could find. I found it. I found this pretty interesting as they were interviewing Rollins about agriculture markets. So they just really wanted to know, what's the Department of Agriculture actually doing? Let's see if we can get some sort of answers right now.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Madam Secretary, for being here. Good to see you again. I don't typically get involved in the back and forth, but I've been in Congress now in about 18 months.
And he's the best one that I thought
And the one word,
spoke clear enough for me to get the message out. He's speaking about where he's from and where he represents. And I just think his message was very clear because a lot of them said the same thing. And it's all due to, less farming going on in our country.
that I hear more than perhaps anything else from my colleagues is well, two words, is Joe Biden or Biden administration. And as it relates to our farmers, look, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't care what party the president is. I don't care where he's from. I don't care what his policies are. I don't care what his goals are. I don't care what his or her, positions are on many things. All I care about is the decisions that you are making. Do they help District 2 in the state of Alabama? I don't care. Anything else? Is it good for my district? Is it good for my state? And when I continue to hear people talk about the Biden administration, what they did, to the extent that there was a fire, this administration did not come in treating it with water. They came in spraying gasoline. And this administration did not ramp up the tariff war. This administration did ramp up the tariff war.
Yes, Gates is taking over all of our farmland in a part scheme for eventually get farmers to sell. You see that?
Start the tariff.
Yeah, Shannon.
The Biden administration didn't do that. The Biden administration didn't start conflict in Iran that has fuel prices at record levels that we're seeing for some time. This administration did that. The Biden administration is not the one who has driven foreign exports away from farmers in the state of Alabama. This administration did that. The Biden administration did not open up cattle import markets from Argentina. This administration did that. And so I don't care if it's a Democrat or a Republican who did that. If Joe Biden had done those things, I'd sit here and tell you the exact same thing. It is wrong. It's not right. We should not be doing it. And so I think we all have a collective responsibility when we talk about taking care of farmers, when we talk about taking care of rural communities and taking care of the agriculture industry as a whole. We all have a responsibility to be real with ourselves. We all have a responsibility to be loyal to the communities and the states that we represent without finger pointing at a particular president or administration. We, this body, the Agricultural Committee, we have the power to stand back, to use our constitutional authority to push back against decisions of an administration, whether a prior administration or a current administration, to make sure we are positioning our farmers to thrive and succeed.
Calling themselves out. I don't know if he's going to be able to stick around too long being that real. He's calling themselves out. We got the power to do it. Stop blaming everybody else. Don't matter what the administration is. That's why I'm letting you guys say whatever administration you feel it's under. But what he's saying is really right. Doesn't matter because we keep going on and we keep needing, and we need what we need, period, about the administration. And we need to find a way to separate that from the administration's control when it comes down to any way of harming. New laws as well.
And I get reports in my district, as I'm sure many people across here, do. I got some of the most peanut farmers in the country, in my district, and in my state, soybean farmers, right? And when I talk to them and they say things to me like, hey, the tariff rates have made it more expensive for us to produce these products than we can sell them for, that is a problem. And that is a problem that collectively we should be working together to.
Yeah, man, you can't pay more for fertilizer if the potatoes cost less. You feel me? I'm trying to be out here making some potatoes, but the damn fertilizer costs more than the damn potatoes. You feel what I'm saying? How you gonna survive like that? You can't. Over 315 farms have went under this present administration. That's a low number when it comes down to what Reed says. Oh, that's not bad. But it's 315 families, 315 probably work units where it had a lot of people working there, 315 different sorts of networks and relationships and farms and things like that. And Lord knows who came in and bought that land up. You guys already saying it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We are working over here. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up because we do it a little different than everybody else does. We got to get on over to Atlanta. Let you guys see what's going on at Marta after this pow-powing a man who pow-powed a 19-year-old on the train. The suspect is set to go before the judge in Douglasville. See what's going on with this.
After 7 this morning, the man accused in Friday's shooting on a MARTA train is set to go before a judge in Douglas County. MARTA police say several agencies flushed Anthony Gresham out of the woods yesterday morning. They say he ran after an FBI task force spotted him walking along Lee Road in Douglasville. Gresham is accused of shooting a 19-year-old man in the arm and leg on a stopped train at the Midtown station Friday night. Investigators say it appears to be a targeted shooting, although the victim told police he does not know Gresham. Based on what they saw on surveillance video, police say the victim appeared to hesitate before boarding the train after making eye contact with Gresham. The arrest comes as MARTA faces a federal investigation following a series of recent violent incidents across the transit system. A little more than a week ago, police say 25-year-old John Matthews fatally stabbed
66-year-old lady.
Margaret Sam's Swan on a train heading to the Oakland City station. Matthews faces murder charges and a federal charge for which he could face the death penalty if convicted. And this morning, police are still searching for the suspect in a stabbing at the Georgia State MARTA station May 24th. In that case, officers found a man stabbed multiple times on the concourse. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. If you have any information, you are asked to call MARTA police. Atlanta News First is staying on top of the violence.
Oh, God, yeah. Hopefully, we pray for Atlanta and pray for everybody out there. The 66-year-old lady who lost her life, I'm praying for her family as well. Her daughters were not really taking that good at all. They really were out there like struggling to deal with that. Hopefully, he does get the maximum penalty. And if it happens to be bzzz or whatever, so be it. Amen. I'm sorry to put that there, but so be it. Yeah. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys, because we got a serious situation over here. I don't know if anybody here receives it, but you need to know what's going on. And it's taking effect as of what? Yesterday? That's right, you guys. SNAP recipients. That's right. We're being reminded about the new federal work requirements. So he tried to step in and said that he helped out, but I guess he couldn't do but so much. You know who I'm talking about, right? Do, 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 do. Mom dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, dummy. What did you do? Like tell people how to do it, help them out on telling them where to go to work at? They did not change the law or anything. Stop acting like you helping somebody. He always he's the type of person that after something's done, he go over there and sweep around the area and then somebody come up and be like, hey, you guys did a good job. He'd be like, oh, thank you. Trying to take all the credit for something or trying to act like he got something. Nah, bro. What are you doing on your own? We don't want to hear about you sliding in and trying to take some little bit of gratitude, something. Let's see what's going on with this situation. They're coming down on SNAP no matter what. It's happening all around the country. Truth is, there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And it was only a matter of time because there was only a 3-month hold off on it anyway. So yeah, let's see what's going on in New York.
SNAP recipients who have not complied with federal work requirements may lose their benefits starting today. Volunteers went door to door this morning to remind New Yorkers of the new rules that went into effect on March 1st. People are between the ages of 18 and 64 who do not have any dependents are now required to document at least 80 hours of work per month. Veterans, unhoused people, and young adults who grew up in foster care who were once exempt from the work requirement now must provide documentation.
Yes. That means you got to go to work for the dough now. You can't stay up in the crib hanging out, none of that no more, none of that. You got to work 20 hours a week, 20, 40, 60, 80. You know what I'm saying? But you know what that's making me think? It makes me think that they're trying to push people out to get to work. Because once what happens is probably going to be like, yo, you mean to tell me I got to get up every day, got to go to work and deal with these people, and I'm just doing this for these little food stamps? I might as well get a regular job. I mean, I think that's the common sense remedy to that, right? That's what I would think. That's what I would probably do myself. They got people walking around the neighborhoods trying to help people figure things out, though. Check this out.
Today, Volunteers went door to door this morning to remind New Yorkers of the new rules that went into effect on March 1st.
You ain't gotta remind nobody or nothing like that. Once they do that, and it says zero, they gonna know what's going on. Either get to work or get to doing something.
People are between the ages of 18 and 64 who do not have any dependents are now required.
Between the ages of 18 and 64. That's what they said. Ghislaine Maxwell's father is the one who stole Ookla here. No, no, no. The veterans are tip everyone else to get the lazy butt to get to work. I know what I'm talking about. I didn't say that, not American. What do you guys? Come on, y'all. Stay on point. Stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. I need to be talking about what we're talking about on the video. All the money, and they can give people, and they can't give people some food. That's crazy, Robert. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. And how about this? Let's add a couple of things on top of that, Robert. We got high prices of gas, high prices of food. We got high rent and all of that. And now all of this is going up. I know all of the people that's getting food stamps, they don't know them and they don't need them. I know a lot of elderly people that don't get them that should. Look at that. The police will have your supervisors fire you. TV's cheaper than food nowadays. Damn. Yeah, it's torture. What you have to work, get money, that's inhumane, man. Draconian event. He said, wait a minute. What? You have to work to get money? That's inhumane, man. No, what I'm trying to say is the money that you're going to be making is nothing in comparison to getting a job. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if let's say you get about, because people don't get a lot of money on that thing, I don't think. What do you get, like $200 maybe or something like that? $300, $400? That's not enough for you to actually go to work that many days out of the month for like a real job. You might as well go to get a job, is what I'm trying to say. You'll make more money at a real job.
Required to document at least 80 hours of work per month. Veterans, unhoused people, and young adults who grew up in
Even if you're homeless, you grew up in foster care, whatever.
foster care who were once exempt from the work requirement now must provide documentation.
Now, what I wanted to tell you guys on top of that, that also means the medical is going as well. After a while, they're going to take the medical too, because it's all tied together. So whatever they call it in New York, it's all tied together. Same way, what's that thing, Cali? What was that, Cali something? They got rid of the food stamp thing first, and that's connected. Boom, then all of the medical went right after that. So first thing goes is the food stamps and the SNAP, then the Medicaid goes after that. In Vermont, you have to say that you're on D-rugs. You don't need to work at all to get stamps. Well, now they're going to change it. That's messed up. You should be the only one getting all the benefits. Who said that? That's messed up. You should be the only getting all the benefits. It's BS. All the veterans need to do anything to be taken care of. Audrey, exactly. They're not helping the vets. Thanks for this. Thanks for your service, Eric. Thank you so much. God bless you, Eric. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to go all the way into that to let you guys see what's going on, because that's some craziness right there. But we're going to stay in the Bronx. We're going to stay there. We got a 15-year-old that was pow-powed, and police are searching for the suspect. Yeah, on a moped. What I tell you guys about the summertime, once it get hot, what's going to happen? And what boroughs did I tell you? I hate, and then I'll tell you another thing. I always fall into these same things. I hate to be right about the wrong. Let's get on over to Castle Hill. Let's go, you guys.
The isolated street behind me is where police say a 15-year-old boy was shot yesterday afternoon. Investigators are now on the hunt for two men behind the attack. Police tape and evidence markers blocked off the intersection between Zarega and Randall Avenue during the time most Bronxites are headed home. Police say they responded to a call of an assault here just after 4. At the scene, a teen was found shot in the right ankle. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Investigators canvassed the scene for hours, searching for clues that will lead them to the gunman. This morning, neighbors say they're surprised and hope they won't have to see another crime scene so close to home.
That shocked me. That shocked me. I mean, this has been a nice neighborhood. It's been a really, it's changed. So it's been a really nice neighborhood.
Start to hear about, these things are happening a lot more often than.
And they happen all over.
True. I guess because it's summertime.
Police say.
Oh, you heard that, right? It's happening all over because it's summertime. It ain't no Fresh Prince summertime. We're not talking about summertime. We're talking about get him. He's got on this shiesty. He got on a black hoodie in 90-degree weather with a mask on. Talking about what? I'm not hot. That's how they rock right now. 19, 18, 17, 20. Don't even matter. They be out there with a full sweatsuit on. It's 97 degrees outside and they got a hoodie on. I'm not hot. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's get on over to the Philippines, what you see behind me right now. Remember yesterday when I showed you that 7.8 magnitude earthquake? Well, yeah, let's look at some of the destruction and stuff from the follow-up, that like we do all the time. Don't just show you the beginning. Let's look at the what happened after this earthquake hit. All of the destruction and how many buildings came down. This is the Philippines after a 7.8 magnitude earthquake yesterday. I literally saw a video of that Jubilee going down too. The university. It's the university right there. So when you have structures like that, you can't go back in them and act like you could fix that up. You got to demolish all of that and build it all back up again, which is terrible. Guess you can't have it your way with McDonald's either. Ain't going to McDonald's, at least not that one. Sad over there, but you know what? They said, I haven't gotten a report. I have not received a report on how many loss of life there is, but we still want to pray, and we want to pray for the people that have gotten hurt. Also want to pray for the people that they're still looking for because they did report that. For Philippines, you still get love from us. And here at Our Bottom Line, we go everywhere around the world. Want to send you guys prayers. That's right. Even if you do believe in Buddha, we believe in a different God, but we still want to send you guys prayer. Amen. Doesn't matter to people. You guys still got to show them some love. We got another situation. I was holding this video because of the understanding of. I don't even think I don't even think the caption is correct. To be honest with you, on this next video, I'm gonna just say it exactly how the caption is first, and then I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys if you think the same way. We got a female officer who accidentally pows a woman in the stomach while handling her pow. This happened in Caracas Metro. Now they're standing across from each other, and the lady they're just talking, and the next thing you know, one of the police officer lady goes for her weapon and handles it, and the next thing you know, pows the lady right next to her. You guys are too smart. I already know what I'm gonna get in the comments on this one. So when you see what I see, just let it be said. Whatever you feel on this video, however you think about whatever. And also, let's come on now, let's do yourself a favor, double tap that screen and get those likes up. Because if you get up to 400 today, you're going to be seeing 12 pieces of merch. That's 6 keychains, Our Bottom Line style. And you're going to be able to get 6 decals as well. So 12 people will roll up out of here. And all you guys got to do is double tap the screen on your phone and get it up to 400. And I'll pick randomly too. All you got to do is email me and I'll go to the email, boop, and I'll send you out the merch. You don't believe me? Ask anybody in the comments. Let's keep on going and double tap that screen and get it going. Please pay full attention to all of the motions going on in this video. Let me open up this screen. And no, there's not any audio. So now the report says female officer mistakenly handles pow and victim in the stomach. Video shows a police officer and a 22-year-old woman chatting outside a metro station in Caracas, Venezuela on June the 1st. One lady got her foot up. She's just talking to her friend. They're just talking, kicking it, you know. She goes for the weapon and puts it down. Authorities says the officer's service is to accidentally discharge as she handled it. I want to know what you guys got to say about this. Thank you so much, Casey, for stepping in and picking up the slack. Appreciate that. I want to know what you guys have to say about this. I want to know if you guys, come on now, let me know. Let me know, you guys. Did you see that? There you go, sweet RV Adventures. Accidentally. So you tell me why in the world did she even get her out and was so stupid? She needs to be released. That's not good start. Stupid is as stupid does. That don't look like no accident. Why did she even pull it? Don't take it like, all right, so check this out, you guys. What you're not noticing is something that I can see very closely, and it's not your fault. It's because I can see it clearer because I'm right here at it. I'm gonna show you the motion. They talking, they talking, they talking, whatever. And I guess a joke came up and she wanted to do something stupid, wanted to be a El Fulio. So she goes for it, takes it out, aims it at her friend's thigh, hoping that her friend is gonna get some sort of stupid reaction and make a joke out of it, and it goes off. That's what I see. I don't know if you guys see that because I see the smile come across her face when she's making a joke like, like a thumperdunk. That's what I saw. That's what I see. Striking her in the abdomen before both rushed towards a nearby. Yeah, and you running, making the lady run instead of trying to make her stay still. Ran to other officers for help. She hit in the stomach. The victim was hospitalized with serious injuries. Police has launched an investigation into the accidental powering. Came out the other side, huh? There's an exit wound. That's why they was looking at her on the other side because there was an exit wound. Luckily it went through, but don't know what it damaged. Don't know what it's doing on the inside while she's sitting there. Crazy. She don't need to be an officer and she need to be locked up and get some real serious time. Yeah, that didn't look like an accident to me. Let's keep on moving forward because we got a lot going on. I see more. Yeah, I saw more than what you guys saw. Let's get on over to Alabama. Witness of what's this? Harnett County, a crash. What's this right here? Memorial for victim starts. A 63-year-old has failed them to stop at the light. Oh my God, this ain't that one, is it? Oh man, we got to get on over to Alabama, Harnett County. We got a crash, and this is crazy. This guy was in a semi truck. He did not stop, and he crashed into an SUV that hit another truck, and many people lost their lives out of this situation. 63-year-old driver. This is why it's very important. No, he wasn't an immigrant neither. This is why it's very important to pay attention to what's going on around you guys. But guess what? They probably never expected this semi truck to do this. Pay attention to this, you guys. Check this out.
Information about a devastating story. A truck driver charged in a crash that killed an 8-year-old boy, left a 9-year-old girl and another adult in critical condition. 63-year-old David Cuellar of Indiana is out on bond tonight, but expected to be back in court here in August. WRL's Bailey Stamos spoke today with some of the people who witnessed this crash. At this intersection, you'll find debris and remnants of crashes that people in the area say happen far too often. But tonight, there's 2 reminders of a devastating Friday afternoon. I don't know, I think it's definitely something that could have been prevented. Daisy Longaris is one of the several people who witnessed the crash that killed a child and sent 5 others to the hospital on Friday. So then that's when I realized that it was the semi that hit them. Troopers say 63-year-old David Cuellar failed to stop at a red light on NC 87 and rammed into an SUV carrying 2 children and a driver. Security cameras at a nearby vape shop catch the chilling moment. We want to warn you, this footage is graphic and may be hard to watch. The truck hitting the first SUV so hard, the impact rolling into another. The three people in the second vehicle, including a newborn baby, expected to recover. In a moment of chaos, the community coming together. Yeah, I went back inside to look for water or something to give the people. And the community came together, which was really a beautiful thing to see. People were taking crowbars out their cars to try to open the door because the car was like completely demolished. But despite their efforts, an 8-year-old boy in the first vehicle could not be saved. Sad. I feel bad for the players. Cuellar is now facing misdemeanor death by vehicle and failure to reduce speed. Over the weekend, Cuellar posting bond and 2 stuffed animals sitting at the corner of the busy road in honor of the children involved, serving as a quiet reminder to the community. Something needs to be done for sure. There's too many people dying. It's unclear why Cuellar failed to stop at the red light and what the current conditions of the other 2 people involved, including the 9-year-old girl, are. We're still waiting to hear back from State Highway Patrol on that. Cuellar is due in court in August. Bailey Stamos, WREL News in Harnett County.
And guess what? Like they said, he is out on bail right now. He's out on bail right now, and he's going to be going back to court to fight this case. You guys, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. We're trying to get those likes up to 400 so that you guys can receive merch today. I've got 6 keychains and I've got 6 decals coming out. That's right, 12 pieces coming out to you guys. Also, you know, we definitely got to pray for the 8-year-old who lost his life in this tragedy. I want to pray for every one of those children, as well as the parents and everybody that was affected that got hurt. We want to pray for a 100% recovery. That's what we ask today for. Father God, please, we ask today. Amen. Woo! He was driving really fast. That's what they said. Very fast. I heard I saw that. He was driving very fast. Did he fall asleep? I don't know. That's a good question. Good question. Good question. Do you know if he was on medical emergency? I don't know. Let's keep on getting those likes up, you guys. Let's go on over to Providence, but we got a one-on-one. Whew, one lost their life in a pow in the Crosswinds Apartments in Chesapeake. Let's get on over and see what's going on with this situation, you guys.
Right now, there's a large police response to a shooting near Providence and Sparrow Roads. Lauren Haley Morris just got to the scene within the last 20 minutes here. Lauren, what are you seeing? Hey, Madison, what we're seeing is at the Crosswinds Apartments and Sparrow Road, right behind me, there are about a dozen police cars. I'm going to step to the side so you can see just how many police cars there are. Now, our details are limited, but what we know is police were called to the scene after reports of gunshots fired. Neighbors say that the ambulance and fire were on the scene as well, but what we know right now is that police are here for a shooting here at Crosswinds Apartments. Now, I just spoke.
Sweet RV says, would you say? What you say, Money Tree? Sweet RV. If they look like that, that's this definite sign that he lives in his truck.
With the woman who lives in the area, and she says she has never seen this many cop cars in her area. We're working on those details, and we'll bring you more as we receive them. Live in Chesapeake, Lauren Haley Morris, 13 News Now.
Yeah, we got to get some justice for these people over here. I know you guys have your own opinions. I have my own opinions about the people that have opinions about them. I'm talking about when I see these victims start talking, you guys can be who you are. I'm just going to let you do what you got to do. But I do understand, and I feel that a lot of people feel as if the women that were dealing with Jeffrey Epstein are just in it for the monetary and are trying to get a cash grab right now. I've seen messages where people say things like, well, they've already got money, so what do they want now? You know, stuff like that. So I have that kind of like makes me wonder like why people think like that. But don't stop doing what you do and being the person that you are. I just have a question about it. You know, I just want to talk about it because when I look at certain people like victims, it's hard for me to say something like, oh, you're just trying to get money or you're just trying to do this or trying to do that, especially when you know that something actually did happen to them. So it just kind of makes me wonder, you know, why? Not a big deal, but like why people say certain things. Let's get into the victims. I just wanted to say that first because there's a lot of victims now that are facing attacks from different people, from exposure, trolls on the internet. You know, and it's crazy because they already were victimized in so many ways. Now they're being victimized again. And I just don't understand it. Let's keep on moving forward. you guys want to tell me why you feel a certain way, why you say certain things, we can be open and talk about it. Don't hold back what you want to say if you feel a certain way. But check this out.
I put myself out there on one of the most horrific things that happened to me, when I was younger, and trying to do the right thing. Accusers of the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein are living through new waves of online abuse and real-life harassment after speaking out. I stayed home for majority of the time that we were all public. In September and November, we went to the Capitol. For some, intimidation began after the U.S. Justice Department exposed their identities in its release of millions of pages of Epstein files. When the files first came out, I didn't think that I'd be able to search my name, and there were, a multitude of things that came up. These women are among nearly 24 Epstein accusers Reuters found who've been subjected to threats, harassment, and intimidation. Based on interviews with the women and a review of police and court records and thousands of online posts, it is the most comprehensive review to date of the scope and severity of the attacks. My name is Marina Lacerda. For some, the harassment began after a September news conference outside the U.S. Capitol. Survivors were lobbying for the federal government to release the full investigative files tied to Epstein. I was one of dozens of girls that I personally know were forced into Jeffrey's mansion when we were just kids. They hoped their remarks would lead to accountability. Instead, Marina Lacerda and Jenna-Lisa Jones became targets of online abuse. People were calling me a liar. People were saying that I was a prostitute. People were like, you should have known better. People were just dehumanizing the whole situation. And I was like, wow, what's wrong with people? Like, I was 14 years old. To have people that I feel like have no time in their lives for anything else to harass me, it's just, I don't think I'll ever understand when you harass someone that's been sexually assaulted. The attacks escalated after the DOJ exposed victims' personal information in December and January, when it posted Epstein-related files with redaction errors.
These stories are both horrific and outrageous.
Congress had passed a law in November ordering the release of the records. In thousands of instances, accusers' names, addresses, phone numbers, birth dates, photos, or other personal details were left unredacted. At times, repeatedly, Lacerda's name appeared at least 46 times. In a review of the Epstein files and emails sent to the DOJ by the women's lawyers, Reuters determined that when missed redactions were flagged to the department, personal information remained visible, sometimes for months. A Justice Department spokesperson told Reuters that no victim should face harassment threats or intimidation after coming forward. But they added that the department is, quote, not to blame for backlash directed at victims who voluntarily revealed their identities long before the files were published.
That's crazy because we got some real strong, powerful comments over there. We got people saying things like, it's wild how the victims' names are being displayed, right? The survivors' names are displayed, but yet the perpetrators yet have no idea who they who they are. Make it make sense. There you go, VG. That's why you're always on point. I pray for the victims, always going to be judged. There you go. That's how you do it, you guys, because I don't understand it. Oh, then we had somebody that just, I don't know, we had to get that person out of here. Then don't go online then. Can you imagine somebody saying something like that? Then don't go online? That's not a person that needs to be on our bottom line. So kick a rock for a block. And thank you for showing your true colors shining through. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to get on over to Los Angeles. Racine, we got a baby boy that, wait a minute. No, man. We need you guys to come together on this one. The family is trying to put together some money for a fundraiser for a Racine boy who lost his life. This doesn't even make sense right here, you guys. Let's go. They're trying to do whatever they can do to get this money together. And I'm just like, I feel really sad about this.
For a week since police said a Racine toddler died from severe head injuries. Tonight, family members came together to help raise the money needed to lay him to rest. Bill Preciado was there this afternoon and shares the family's grief as well as their demand for justice.
That's right, Sam. Jodiel Ramirez would have turned 2 years old in early July, but today his family should have been planning his birthday, but instead are planning funeral.
Would have turned 2 years old. Would have turned 2 years old. No way, don't even know what life is about.
Arrangements while the boyfriend of Jodiel's mother, who is accused of reckless homicide, sits in jail. One plate at a time. Filling up this West Milwaukee room is how people showed up to help the Ramirez family as they grieve the loss of 22-month-old Jordiel Ramirez. Muchísima gente. A lot of people have come out to help. We're so grateful. Celia Rechiga is the grandmother of the Racine toddler who died from severe head injuries in May. It's very hard to see his pictures. It really, really breaks our heart to remember him. On Saturday, the family held this fundraiser to raise funds for his funeral. Muchas preguntas que still have lots of questions that cause a lot of hurt for us. Fox 6 obtained the criminal complaint that mentions the boy's mother initially told investigators her son passed out from crying after arriving home from work. But doctors at Children's Wisconsin signaled child abuse. Medical records showed the child had a severe brain bleed, swelling, and cuts to his lung, and extensive bruising in areas like his jaw and torso. Court documents say the mother was confronted with surveillance evidence, and that's when her story changed. Anta admitted Jordan Keith was left alone with the children for about 20 to 23 minutes. When she returned, she found her child unresponsive in Keith's arms. Investigators say Keith first denied he was alone with the boy. When he was proved wrong by surveillance video, he admitted he was alone but claimed he fell asleep and woke up to the baby screaming, denying he touched the boy.
It's like my favorite, my favorite image of him because he's so happy, and that's how I want to remember him.
Trying to hold back tears, Jorge Ramirez remembers his son.
I have a little twin, and I loved him.
Leaning on to family, hoping to seek justice. And the family tells me they have lots of questions for the child's mother. They hope they can get those answers soon. And Keith's preliminary hearing is scheduled for Wednesday, Sam.
A tough story all around it, but for Seattle, thanks.
That was the boyfriend. The one that you saw that was crying with the memorial on his shirt was the father. The one that says, I want to remember him like this. That was his father. They had probably broken up, and the boyfriend is the one that did that, who is also arrested right now, along with the mother, who needs to be there wherever she's arrested at. I don't even know what type of time she need to get, both of them. I want to pray for little Joliet. I want to pray for him. I want to pray for his family to get strength to get out of this tragic situation and to come out of this stronger. It's really sad when you see a little baby. I'm talking about 2 years old. Don't have no idea what life is about. Having that chance to really go to school and go do different things. That's the sad part. It seems like we're starting to see a lot of these of our youth lose their lives. The older I get, the more I appreciate life. And I look back and I see them and I wonder, you have no idea how much more there is that you could experience. And it's sad that one of us older people, when it comes down to that, had to be the one to do this. So I want to pray for the family as well so they can get through this in this tragic time. We ask that today, Father God. Amen. One of the people that's supposed to protect him. And I don't know why the mother left him 20 minutes. Story's not adding up. 20 minutes and he came back and that happened. And then he had bruises all over his body. It's bullshit. So get on over to Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's right, Rebecca Lanya and Bueno, where you at? Because they got one in custody. That's right, after allegedly robbery in Grand Rapids, Michigan. What's going on down there, Rebecca? You got to be out there acting like you're a bounty hunter now?
Situation in Grand Rapids left a community on edge this evening. We're told an alleged robbery led to a standoff. News 8's Olivia Offer was on scene. Olivia, you join us live now in the studio. Talk us through what happened.
Some neighbors tell us they had to hunker down and stay away from windows when a SWAT team pulled up to a home in the area of Lincoln Avenue and 2nd Street, where an alleged suspect.
And Rebecca, y'all got SWAT teams out there pulling up and kicking down doors? What's poppin', yo?
Was hiding. Kids that were playing in the neighborhood tell us the situation was scary, with armed police officers everywhere. Multiple eyewitnesses say they heard the officers demanding that the suspect come outside, and the standoff lasted for around 2 hours. A witness.
855. I don't know where you ain't been or where you haven't traveled. I swear, everywhere we play, we go about Texas. I say something about New York. And next thing you know, 55 ain't lying either. She'll shout out a block to let you know that she's from the area. Look at that. Look what she said. I was born in Grand Rapids. Lady, where haven't you been?
Told Grand Rapids police that someone was robbed while walking in the area. We were all just chilling, and then my sister, she went to the window, and then we all saw like cop cars and stuff, like sirens and stuff. And then we looked out the window, and there was like a bunch of cops. And we were like, "Oh, what's going on?" And then we went into like a different mode, and everybody started like get on the floor and stuff. As soon as a bit.
See that? Kids are showing y'all up there. See that? Now that's a fire. See, the kids is even better than y'all. Yeah, I told him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It would have been one of us. They would have picked the one with the do-rag on with the bonnet talking about, now that's a fire. You see how the kids are? Look at you. I remember now that's a fire. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Everything happened. I was super scared. I was shaking. And then, like, they had their guns drawn, SWAT. It was the worst thing of my life. Police say the suspect eventually came out of the house and was taken into custody. In studio, Olivia Bosser, News 8.
I know one thing, they got some smart kids out there. They picked the right kids, and I don't want them kids to get in no trouble. You see how both of them knew what was going on? You ain't had no little ghetto story coming off of them. And the first one, like, she needs to be a little news reporter. Really good verbiage and really good speech. I like stuff like that. So that's right. You see that's what you call a rose growing out of concrete. You know what I'm saying? Like a rose in concrete. Those kids right there need to be protected. Look like their parents take good care of them too, don't they? Love stuff like that. Bad situation that happened in Grand Rapids, I know. But when you get stuff like that, it just makes it a little bit more easy to deal with, you know? And hopefully they don't have to deal with stuff like that because we got to take care of the children. Y'all know how we do it around here. Y'all know. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. That's right there. Sister Chocolate. That boy can sing. Let's keep on moving, you guys. I know we got to pray it up for the people over there as well as Grand Rapids. Stop stealing and stop robbing. Come on, you guys. Get a job, get it together. Let's get on over to this TSA situation. Because y'all ready for this? I don't know if you guys indulge, but you ready? Y'all ready? Let me get it ready. We're coming in the party with the spliffers and Z. That's the only place that y'all really want to be. That's right, y'all. To all of my 420 people that represent 420 on December 2nd. This is for you guys. That's right. I said December 2nd. That means they get 420 all year around. Hey, leave them alone. They like to put it in the air, like MOP would say. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Get a little Snoop Doggish, Willie Nelson-ish. You know what I'm talking about, right? Puff, puff, pass. You know what I'm talking about, right? Method Man and Redman. You guys, I don't got to say no more. Cheech and Chong. That's right. Guess what? You guys ain't going to believe this. When y'all hear this, y'all might want to fly the friendly skies. Talk about flying high. Let's get on into it, you guys. The TSA is now allowing medical marijuana through security, but to different laws when it comes down to the feds. That's right, you guys. Let's see what's going on. Because guess what? You can now take that medical on the plane with you if you got a medical card. Could you imagine that? Now you don't got to hide it. Now you don't gotta swallow no balloons or nothing like that anymore, and wait for it to magically appear when you get somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? Because I know a lot of you probably did it, right? So you guys, you don't gotta do that no more. You can actually travel with your favorite strain.
New meaning to flying high. I'm your community correspondent, Troy Campbell, and right now I'm at Orlando International Airport, where we've been speaking with passengers who say they had no idea. The TSA is now allowing people with their medical marijuana to board planes. Many of them saying there's still a lot of confusion.
I was just now hearing about it.
And I'm so glad they are, man, because there's so many people that actually need their medical medicine.
Like, man, I'm high right now, man. Y'all can't hear it in my voice. I got lit before I came up in here. I didn't even know I had to do all that and throw my stuff away in the garbage, man. I could have kept it.
Passengers at Orlando International Airport reacting to the TSA policy, which now allows medical marijuana to be stored in both checked and carry-on luggage.
I mean, it is great. Honestly, I feel like everybody deserves to have their medicine with them, no matter what it is.
Back in April, the Trump administration took action to reclassify marijuana from a Schedule 1 drug to a less severe Schedule 3, after dozens of states, including Florida, have passed medical marijuana legislation.
I was not aware. No, I don't think nobody's talking.
Hey, maybe I shouldn't show the picture. They gonna say Bugatti growing it. Y'all know what I'm saying? If we right here, you know why I got a little bit nervous right there, right? Maybe I shouldn't show it. Oh, Bugatti, you know what I'm saying? Let me be careful on that accord.
The TSA says right now, their agents here at Orlando International aren't searching for any marijuana or illegal drugs. They say instead, those agents have a job of identifying any security threats for that flight.
So supposed to be looking through like the X-rays and stuff like that. They should be able to focus on that more.
At this point,
Yeah, leave us alone. We just be getting every day we lit. Every day we lit. You know what they talking about? They over there happy. I told you both of them puffed before they got in. You could tell both of them lit. Both of them. She like this. Yeah, they need to leave us alone. I thought she had it in her hand right there. Oh my God. What should I label? What you talking about? I should label what? My younger brother got a medical card and is high all the time. He needs his taken away from him. Jolena said he need his taken away from him. That's not a good idea. Stop the D-rugs. I've seen people get cards before because they couldn't sleep, and it's all nuts. That could be Bugatti's brand. Every day we lit. Now, that's the song that's out right now. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Go to Los Angeles right now because we got details of a dad with 2 kids in Canaga Park. It's an investigation into a murder suicide, you guys. I said murder-uicide. Murder-uicide. That's what I said. Murder-uicide. You know what I'm saying? I ain't supposed to be saying that word, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say it that way. I don't even like reporting this, but I had to get it a little bit, little fun going on before we get into some serious things over here. If you don't want to have your children, if you don't want kids anymore, don't do anything like this. What you do is you give them up, try to find a foster care or something like that. We all know that times are rough, but don't go out like a chump because this man went out like a chump. I can't even call him a man. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. Let's get on over and see what's going on with this situation over here.
News, a father and his 2 children dead after a shooting inside an apartment in the San Fernando Valley.
Hey, Taylor's Aaron Myers is live in Canoga Park with the latest on the investigation. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning to you both. The LAPD tells us that they are investigating this as an apparent murder-suicide and that they do believe a father shot and killed his 2 young sons at a family gathering. Now you can see the LAPD still has this area around the apartment complex where this happened blocked off. The medical examiner here as well at this hour, but we can get into a video from last night and it shows a heartbreaking scene, a woman collapsing and in tears after getting out of an ambulance. A crowd of what's believed to be family, friends, and those in the community surrounding the apartment complex where this all unfolded. What we know so far is authorities responded to a shots fired call on the 8,000 block of Owensmouth Avenue near Strathern Street just around 7:15 last night. When they arrived, they found 3 people shot to death inside an apartment.
All right, G,
2
man.
young boys said to be around 10 years old and a man in his 40s. The LAPD telling us this morning it believes it was the father of the boys who shot and killed them. The man then killed himself. This all happening during some type of family event. There was a large response by the LAPD and fire department to this deadly shooting. Authorities trying to determine what led up to this tragic situation, the motive behind it. We spoke with a woman who lives in the neighborhood who says this has residents shaken up. My heart is breaking for this family because this is tragic. This should never happen to anybody. The kids never had a chance to have a life. And I don't know why the father, if he did have issues, why he couldn't have gotten help. Why to take his children's life and the life of his own life. It's just, there's no words right now.
Sad situation, you guys. There's no reason for anything like that, for like taking your own kids out. Like, terrible situation right there. We got to hold on though. I know you want to pray right now, but we have one more to do before we get into that. This is the Eric Mendoza trial right here. We're going to do the sentencing. He gets sentenced to life in prison for what he did. And his parents and people actually had a chance to speak out. Let's get on over to Milwaukee. We're gonna pray for this situation, but we're gonna go into this one first and do both at the same time.
Eric Mendoza for the 2023 brutal killing of a 5-year-old, Prince McCree. Our Director Matthews joins us live outside the Milwaukee County Courthouse with the family's reaction. Very emotional day inside there. Yeah, it really was, Ben and Kim. You know, there were times where emotions shifted from anger to heartbreak to relief.
Dustin.
Family members of Prince McCree had to actually step outside of the courtroom just because of those graphic descriptions surrounding his death. Family members tell us they've waited nearly 3 years for today.
He killed my baby. He killed me.
An emotional confession from Deron McCree Friday. The grieving father spoke from behind a glass door in the courtroom.
If any opportunity arises, I will strangle this guy.
Comments aimed at the 18-year-old who killed his 5-year-old Spider-Man loving son, Prince McCree.
I would do everything he did to my son, but so much worse.
In February, Eric Mendoza avoided a trial after pleading guilty for his part in the brutal killing of McCree. Prosecutors say in October of 2023, Mendoza, who was 15, strangled, beat with a golf club, bagged, and helped dump the kindergartner's body in a dumpster, a crime he committed with 27-year-old David Patura, who was sentenced to life in prison in 2024.
It doesn't get more heinous. It doesn't get more egregious, more severe than this.
Friday, McCree's mother spoke about the pain that her son was killed by someone who she considered a little brother, someone her son looked up to.
I just hope he does get the maximum conviction and deserve anything.
Mendoza's attorney mentioned he had mental issues since childhood.
The person who's seated here next to me is extremely mentally ill.
The judge ultimately sentenced him to life in prison for first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime. He can petition for parole after 50 years. Mendoza also got an additional 12.5 years for hiding a corpse as a party to a crime. A judgment McCree's family says they
That's the baby right there, on his way home.
waited years for.
Jessica, sorry.
At one point today, the judge did ask Mendoza if he had anything he wanted to say in court, but he said no. The state said the only reason it didn't recommend a life in prison without the possibility of parole was because of Mendoza's age and his mental state. Live in Milwaukee, Durante Matthews, Fox.
Oh man, no, not that one. Oh, damn it. I know I said we was gonna pray after that one, right? Nope. One more. Let's just get it all over with, you guys. And I know, 8-year-old, a Detroit mother's been sentenced to 18 years. That's right, you guys, for the loss of life for her 8-year-old son because of the boyfriend. They got the boyfriend. He got 18 to 40 years. The mother got a little bit of time, and the grandmother ain't having it. That's her daughter she talking about, and she ain't having it. She said she want her grandson back. Let's go. We got 3 of them to do. 3 prayers today.
A Detroit mother was sentenced today in connection to the murder of her own 8-year-old son. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Ty Steele. Police say Arden Timms Jr. was beaten to death in his own family home in November of 2024 by his stepfather, Jamar Hill. Now, his own mother, Kentori Moss, is headed to prison for her role in his death after taking a plea agreement. Noel Frio has a breakdown from the newsroom of the agreement that she accepted. Noel, Hill's already in prison, but Moss now knows how long she'll spend behind bars for what she did.
That's right. They were both charged with felony murder and first-degree child abuse, but were able to get those charges dismissed by taking a plea agreement. Adrian's grandmother told the court she doesn't believe the sentences are harsh enough.
This betrayal that I suffer right now today, it hurts so bad. We can never come back from this. He gone. I can never love on my only grandson.
For the past 2 years, Adriana Timms has been fighting for justice for her grandson, 8-year-old Adrian Timms Jr. Adrian's mother, Kentoria Moss, was sentenced Friday in connection to his murder. She was charged along with Adrian's stepfather, Jamar Hill, after police say he was beaten to death in.
Always a stepfather, not even your son. Who are you? Who are you? Don't you put your hands on my kid? I used to tell, what? You have no idea. You have no idea. I will get arrested and go where you at to catch you. They don't give it to you, I'm gonna find you and get you.
Their family home in 2024. Tim said Moss was well aware of abuse going on in the home, citing multiple instances where Child Protective Services had been called.
She knew very well what Jamar was doing to my baby and her other children. Because right here, I hold in my hand a petition letter from the CPS courts where there's not one, not two, not three situations that they were called.
Hill pled guilty to second-degree homicide and was given 18 to 40 years in prison last year. Moss also took a plea deal, pleading guilty to second-degree child abuse and taking a sentence of 18 months to 10 years.
That night haunts me. Not a day go by that I don't wish that I had protected him and just left. I should have spoke up. I should have asked for help.
The judge telling Moss her actions were the ultimate betrayal as a mother.
There were opportunities on the day of and prior to the fatal day in question for you to intervene and remove the child and your children from danger, and that did not happen.
Saying she'll have to live with the consequences for the rest of her life.
Children are vulnerable, have no voice, no ability to escape or leave a dangerous situation. And in this case, had no meaningful protection from the one person who should have been the child's most staunch defender and protector.
We've been covering this case from the beginning, and we have all of our previous coverage at clickondetroit.com.
I want to stay here. We got 3. Terrible mother, Adrian, 8-year-old. Terrible father, and the one prior. And then the one before that with 2 more. I don't understand why it's going on and why we're losing all of these lives of our children. I don't understand because, I mean, I love my son. I'm happy as anything to have a son. I can't even tell you the things that I used to do when I used to have him. And there was no more fun than having a son. I'm telling you. You don't think about anything else. You just want to be good out there and taking care of your business so that you can take care of yours the best way that you can. And it's bad people like this that step in and end these beautiful angels' lives before they even get a chance. Even to get a chance to be able to express and see lives fully for themselves. Adrian is 1 year old back there. I mean, 8 years old in the 1st grade. You remember when you were in the 1st grade? Can you imagine that's all you ever experienced in your life? Just don't think that it's right. So I want to pray for all 5 of these children. The fathers with the 2 boys, the ones prior from this as well. Want to pray for their souls and their families so that they can get through these tragic times. And we ask today in the Father's name, amen. Amen. Try to do it while he's up there. Sad situation like that, man. I don't understand. I got people in the comments that's saying, if you don't want kids, why you have them? Then that's right. Why do you have them if you don't want them? Let's get on over to Iowa, you guys. We got another situation where the federal judge has awarded an Iowa person, a male, up to $100,000 for being detained illegally. Also, they said that he was driving under the influence. If anybody's here from Iowa, be very careful. It seems as if you're going to be guilty until presumed innocent when it comes down to DUI in Iowa. But that's not a good thing because, I mean, it's the fact that he got $100,000. That's after the fact. The sad part about it is he got arrested in the first place. And what the police officer said, I can't even believe it. He blew 0. The police officer said, you must be on. Is that legal? If you blow 0 and you don't have nothing in you, how is the officer going to be, oh, you must have something else in you? Watch this craziness right here. This is a wrongful arrest suit coming out of Iowa.
Has awarded an Iowa man more than $100,000 after police arrested him for driving under the influence when he was completely sober. KCRG TV's Brian Tavick has followed this story in an I-9 investigation, and he joins us now live in the studio with this decision. Brian? Accountability has been a theme in our reporting that's revealed police in Iowa stopping and even arresting drivers for OWI when they're completely sober. Today's ruling shows it's taxpayers that may ultimately pay the price. We first showed you this body camera footage of Newton police stopping Taven Galanakis in the summer of 2022. The officer said he smelled alcohol, but when a breathalyzer came up zeros, Officer Winters said this. What's up, some smoke weed? I do not remember that. Tonight? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I think it's tonight. I've had no weed tonight. What? Why do you think it's tonight? Why do you think I smoke? I'll lose your nose. You're trying to think I smoke weed. That's what's going on. You can't do that, man. You really can't do that. Really, I can. You think I want to do this? Yes, you do. Police detained Galanakis, but released him after more tests confirmed he was sober. Galanakis sued the officers and the city of Newton in federal court for wrongful arrest. After a trial this week, a jury agreed, awarding him $105,000 in damages. Law enforcement we've spoken with say spotting sober drivers is harder than ever with legalized marijuana.
$100,000. Okay, keep on pulling them over. Now the people and the taxpayers are gonna be paying these bills.
And prescription drugs. Experts have told us the standard practice for law enforcement is to err on arresting and detaining a sober driver rather than risking letting someone under the influence back on the road. We've heard from drivers detained who are demanding accountability when police get it wrong. Today, a jury did just that. In the studio, Brian Tavick, KCRG TV 9 News.
Yeah, I bet he'll have a second thought about doing that again. They probably bumped him down the bus ticket operator now. Yeah. What y'all think they bust him down to? Another ego trip. Look, when are they gonna learn? Woo-hoo. Maybe I should go down to Iowa. Look at that, yo. Y'all see what I'm talking about now, right? Look. Oh, they ain't gonna try to mess around with you, Lisa. They're gonna say she might be a lawyer. And Lisa, I already know. They're gonna be like, nah, she been around. We ain't messing with you. People know who to mess with. They ain't stupid. Lisa, don't even try that. We know you too smart. You've been around. Now we know why you make coffee. You better, Lisa, like if you want to mess with me, Lisa be like this. This Lisa, this is your new, this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be Lisa right here. You want to mess with me? You're gonna need to wake up early in the morning. 55 coffee house. And don't use it without us talking, because that's how it's gonna go. She's gonna say, you want to mess with me? You're going to need to wake up very early in the morning. 55 Coffee House. That's how we're going to do that. Let's keep on moving forward. Y'all heard me make it up right here, so she can't use it. She can't use it without me. Let's get on over here and do this next situation from the UK. I told you we go everywhere. Everywhere. And let me tell you something. When it comes down to crime against children, I believe in it. Because I really believe in finding these people and getting them. It don't matter how old they are. I don't care if you're 70 years old. If we found out that you did something to a child, don't watch your head. Boom. Yeah, get in the car and have you moving around thinking like this. Oh my God, what's going to happen to me? I'm 70 years old. Well, you should have thought about that before you did the crime when you were younger. Come on, you guys, let's get across pond. Very, very, very serious situation. Let's get into it. We got a woman who's been arrested for a 1978 manslaughter charge. London's oldest homicide cold cases are now being rehashed. And she got approached. She thought, what are you approaching me for? Is this TSA, whatever like that? No, boo-boo. We need you to come with us. Silver bracelets, silver bracelets. They're one size fits all for everybody. And she got a pair and she deserved them. Let's go. She's on a flight right now. She thinking TSA just taking her off the plane because something going on with that. Nah, boo-boo. They got you for something else. Let's go.
Hi, Janet. I don't know if you recognise me. Obviously, very over. You're under arrest. I came for the manslaughter of Andrea Bernard on the 30th of July 1978.
You're under arrest for the manslaughter on July 13, 1978 of Andrea. You know who Andrea was? After you guys hear what she did, you're gonna be glad they caught her. She looked like she innocent, somebody's grandmother, right?
You're also under arrest for the assault and ill treatment of Desmond Bernard between the 1st of October 1975 and June 1978. Okay, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention or in question something which you later rely on the court. Anything you do say.
And what she did to that second little kid was even worse. Like, you know how sometimes you can't regulate the hot water back in the day? Can't regulate the hot water in the tub. You just turn the hot water on, that water be smoking, bubbling. I mean, it used to get so hot, I used to have to put cold water in it. And if you get in there, it's gonna burn you. She told the kid to get in, just like that. Kids like, oh my God, it's too hot. Get in there. And the burns happen.
All right.
Andrea was living with her brother, Desmond, and their biological father, Bernard, and Janice Nix. Janice Nix herself was a younger woman at the time, 19 years of age, and tragically, Andrea suffers from a scalding hot bath, 50% burns across her body, full thickness burns from being in a hot bath. And the question is, how did that happen?
In 1978, didn't have those regulators back then.
At that time, there was a coroner's inquest into that, and the coroner's inquest determined on the evidence available at the time that this was caused by an accident, albeit with some negligence from Janice Nix, allowing her daughter, she said, or stepdaughter, to bathe herself alone.
So she said it happened because I allowed my stepdaughter to bathe herself alone.
2022, Desmond, then living in America, decided to tell his story. A different story to the one he told at the time as a young man, but told a story that said, actually, Janice Nix has culpability for this. She, not in my presence, but I heard this, I was in the house. She told my sister to get into that bath. It was hot and she protested, but it was that coercion for her to get into that bath, and that's how she suffered her injuries. And that was in the context of some wider mistreatment of both him and his sister.
So basically what happened was when he got older, he told it. Since he got older, he felt more comfortable. He said, you know what, let me tell you guys what really happened. I was in the other room and I heard her say, get in that bath. I don't care how hot it is. Next thing you know, my sister got burnt. And then more stuff happened after that. Somebody actually lost their life messing with that old lady. Yeah, so we are glad that she got caught. We are so happy that she got caught for the crimes that she committed. She thought that she was sailing. She thought that she was safe. Got on the plane, got her hair all done up and everything like that. Surprised they caught you, huh? Surprise, surprise. Amen. And thank you for constantly looking and searching for these cold cases and bringing these people to justice so they know no matter how old they are, that they're going to face justice. I want to pray for the child and I want to pray for I know that she already got healed up and everything, and I'm glad that one child, but the other soul of the person that actually lost their life dealing with the same person. Amen. She deserves whatever she gets, period. So what, she look old like somebody's grandmother. She would have looked like that if she would have been in jail doing that time too. How about that? Let's keep on moving forward now because we got to get on over to a former NOPD officer who's on death row. What a brother no. That's right, you guys. Now appears in court to avoid the D penalty. When you guys hear about this case, you're going to trip out. I can't believe she's still, trying to fight for this thing. But hey, you know what? Got no other choice. And now it's coming to the point where they may actually have to release this prisoner because she's been in there so long, they can't even find supporting evidence. Let's get on over and see what's going on with this situation. I think this is in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry. What's this? NOPD. Let's go.
Officer convicted of killing 3 people appeared in court today in an effort to avoid the death penalty. Good evening. I'm Sherry Skipson.
And I'm Kate Moore. Attorney General Liz Murrell argues Antoinette Frank has exhausted all post-conviction relief options. Frank argues her accomplice, Rogers Lacaze,
forced her to kill 3 people, including her former NOPD partner at a New Orleans East business in 1995.
Well, Winston Reed was in the courtroom and joining us now with more on today's developments. Winston.
You're welcome, Lisa. Thank you so much. And she says, thank you, Boogotti, for inspiring the coffee startup. Thank you. You're welcome. You guys need to get more inspired too. You want to do something? Just do it. Don't even wait. Do it the wrong way. At least try.
Yeah, so essentially, timing was at the center of this hearing today. So Antoinette Frank, she actually filed for post-conviction relief back in 2009, and she did so again in 2024. And there was a 15-year gap in between those two post-conviction relief filings. And the state is arguing that they have been materially prejudiced because of that long gap, and a lot of the evidence is no longer available to really challenge any of the claims that Antoinette Frank is making in these petitions.
Thank you, Kia. Look at the new member, Kia, for 5 months.
For all this, I mean, it's something that's been going on for a long time now.
Yeah, so Frank's counsel tells me that one, she was not a willing accomplice or a willing participant, rather, in that 1995 triple murder shooting, and that she suffered from traumatic childhood experiences, and that impacted her mental health, which led to her being an unwilling participant, really just being influenced by Rogers Lacasse. That's involved in the claims that they're making in these post-relief convictions. Now, as far as the evidence that could be presented in these convictions or these petitions, rather, there are witnesses who are no longer available, who have either passed away, or there are, people who may not really have, strong memory of.
How you gonna remember something from back then? So she probably gonna get out and do what she got to do on that one. She's probably gonna most likely get out. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got another situation with a woman who tried to fill out a survey who got scammed. Be careful, you guys. They're finding all sorts of ways to scam you. You go to a supermarket, next thing you know, you get a circular or you get some sort of a survey. Hey, fill this out. Next thing you know, money coming out your account. You guys got to be really careful over it. I don't know how they're doing it. Somebody was saying don't respond to Cash Apps or don't respond to certain Zells at one point. There's always a way that people have to try to scam you out of your money. So whatever I can do to try to help us out over here on Our Bottom Line, I do so. And if you appreciate that, let's double tap the screen and get those likes up, because what that's going to do is get more people over here to see what we got going on. Also, if you guys get up to 400 in a miracle kind of way, you guys are going to get merch today. You're going to be receiving 6 keychains from Our Bottom Line, as well as 6 decals from Our Bottom Line. That's 12 pieces. All you guys got to do is get those likes up to 400, and I'm going to be sending out 12 pieces to 12 different people. Let's keep on moving forward. I want you guys to see this. It's very interesting, I thought.
Down the Lowe's, got the mulch paid, got out to the car. I'm looking, I'm like, I've never won anything big.
A trip to the home improvement store for some mulch ended up costing a local woman hundreds of dollars and a big headache. We've all seen sweepstakes websites at the bottom of a store receipt. You enter a chance to win a $500 gift card. Well, one woman decided to try her luck, and it cost her big time.
KDK investigator Megan Chiller uncovered scammers targeting customers of at least one big box store. And tonight she shows us how one wrong click could bring you a lot of grief.
In this specific story, it's a Lowe's gift card that you're hoping to get by filling out a survey. And a quick Google search for the Lowe's survey shows all these top results. The very top one is a scammer website. And the other one that you click brings you to Lowe's with one too many S's.
And the sad part about it is they still get to put these up and they wind up in Google searches. And you wonder why Google don't catch companies like this. I've been thinking that for years.
So a fake site. But the problem is these look identical to the legit one. But if you click one of these, you're going to be led right into the hands of the scam.
My stepmother got emails from Netflix about her membership. It was clearly fake. Yep, be careful about that too. Check the email addresses. If it doesn't say at netflix.com, be careful. Sometimes it'll say at gmail.com. Yeah.
Scammer. Carol Tolbert hands us the receipt that she says started this whole mess. A survey sweepstakes fills the bottom half.
It's right here on the bottom of the receipt, and hey, just answer a couple questions for your chance, and that's exciting. And it was Mother's Day and I was feeling good and I wanted to get some flowers.
And at first, it looked like she found some luck. A box popped up with a phone number to call.
She says, well, that's exciting. She goes, let me confirm. There's a code that you had to put in to take the survey. And she asked me for that code. And I read it to her. And she goes, yes, ma'am, I can confirm you're a winner.
She said the woman explained they'd send a digital gift card asking for her Lowe's account or app information. She didn't have either.
She goes, no problem. We'll put it on a dummy card. And I said, that sounds kind of hokey. And she goes, yeah, but it's the way we got to do it. She goes, and let's face it, it's $500. So let's get going.
Tolbert says the woman walked her through screen after screen, eventually directing her to pick DoorDash gift cards.
That's when you see what I'm saying, and that, they all prey on you. If you got that inside of you, that little bit of larceny part, that part that they can get you on, she just admitted it. That's why I'm glad that I played this whole thing. Be careful, you guys, because there's always a choice. No matter what they try, no matter what they do, you always have a choice. As soon as you hear something like that, instead of you taking the bait because of the $500 or the $1,000, look at it like this. The more they offer you, the more they're trying to steal from you.
And I said, I don't want a DoorDash card. I won a Lowe's card. She goes, I told you we have to do a dummy card because it won't let us put all 500. And I thought, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, man, this sounds funny.
Somebody said I got hit for $3,000. Damn, G man, I'm sorry about that.
She was so happy and knew everything on each page.
What's up, Case?
For a few minutes, and that scammer drained hundreds of dollars from Tolbert's bank account.
I said, you took all the money in my bank account. She goes, surely you have more somewhere. And I hung up and I sat there in shock.
KDK Investigates reached out to Lowe's and asked if scammers hacked the sweepstakes website. Lowe's, but that scam identical and on a fake site instead of the real one. We called the phone number that popped up that day on Tolbert's phone. The correct website is lowes.com/survey, but KDK Investigates uncovered the top Google result when you search for it. Lowe's Community Survey is a scam site. One site looked so legit, but the scammers added a few extra S's to the.
And they do that by paying more to be the top pick. So now they're the top pick up there because they do it on Google. So honestly, Google needs to be the ones like, you know, but they always tell you, pay attention. What does it say on the site? Look at the letters. Be careful, y'all.
The URL. And no matter what alleged receipt code you enter on these scam sites, even a bunch of fake numbers, it always says you're a winner with a.
That's right, because it wants you to just keep on processing and going through the next part. Yep, that's right. No matter what you put through. I'm 765-4321-1136. Oh yeah, you're a winner. Meanwhile, you ain't even looking at nothing. You guys, come on now. We don't do this for nothing. Be careful out there. Also, when you're going to try to follow up on the sweepstakes, make sure you look at the email address and make sure you look at the last part of it. Because I get people at me all the time. We love your show. We want to advertise on the show. We want to give you what was that one? GoPro. I said, cool, yeah, we doing that good. GoPro reached out to me. I'm all happy over here. I'm about to respond to them. I said, yo, check the email. It was at yahoo.com. How the hell GoPro people contacted me from a Yahoo account? I was torn up, blown up. After that, I was just regulating. Boom, 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 watching every single thing that came through. Been a danger ever since. For a whole calendar year now, I've been paying attention to that stuff. You guys be careful out there. Don't get scammed. And if you ever lose something on an airport, especially like your teddy bear, be careful, you guys. You could try to call. I've called. How many people have called hotels and say, "Hey, I left my phone. Can you send it back to me? Hey, I left my phone charger. Can you send it back to me?" A lot of times you get some honest people. Sometimes you won't. I left my laptop. I left this. Sometimes you get some honest people. What do you guys think? Maybe you see a little teddy bear on the floor. You're like, oh, that's garbage. Let me throw that away. You wouldn't even think that that little teddy bear may belong to somebody, right? And maybe that one little teddy bear is that little boy's or little girl's whoopee to make them want to go to sleep. Yeah, I saw Mr. Wom. I said whoopee. That's right. I don't know what they call them now. Their toy, their teddy bear, whatever they call them. That's right. So my thing is this. How much would you go through to get your teddy bear back? Or would you have a lot of respect and love for the flight crew that does? Check this out right here. I thought that this story was pretty cool. We got this situation here where a Fort Worth boy was reunited with his teddy bear. And not only was he reunited, they took the teddy bear on a little photo shoot run inside of the baggage claim area, behind this different places. It was pretty cool. And they even made him a little passport book to make him remind him of where the teddy bear went. I think this would be a pretty cool children's book.
A Fort Worth family's vacation started without a very important member until airline employees helped bring him home. This week, American Airlines workers reunited 4-year-old Patrick Webb, you see him running up there with his beloved teddy bear named Bobby. What a sweet moment. The family was headed to the Virgin Islands when they realized Bobby had been left behind in a lounge at DFW Airport. There was no time to get off the plane, so the family quickly reported it missing, and American Airlines employees quickly tracked it down. While the family was away, the team sent updates and photos showing that Bobby was safe and even working as an honorary airline team member.
Filling out forms for lost and found, and we got a response back, and all these amazing pictures of what Bobby had been doing, and we were just so thankful that someone.
They were filling out the paperwork from the lost and found. They got a whole bunch of pictures of what Bobby was doing. That's cute, right?
Was taking care of them.
For days, little Patrick was able to see all of Bobby's big adventures. And when the family returned to DFW, employees were waiting at the gate for that emotional reunion. The airline also surprised Patrick and his twin brother with gifts, including a special passport documenting Bobby's week-long stay at the airport. Love that little laughter. Sweet moments.
So they literally made him a passport, and when you open up the passport, it was a bunch of photos of Bobby and all of the places that they took him. That'd be a cute children's book. You know, you guys, I'm surprised and happy he got his teddy back. Too cute, so cute. Hee hee. You heard that little noise, right? The little cute kids laugh. That was cute, right? Okay, you guys made it. You earned it. You know what it is. I'm not even going to mess around with you guys. I want to ask you guys a question. Okay, we're going to get right into it. We got some people that like to be a neat freak. You know, you ever hear, you remember, and you got Oscar and you got Felix. You know how it is, guys. The Odd Couple. One of my favorite shows from back in the day. One guy was a messy and one guy was just so clean. Jack Klugman and Tony Randall, I think, right? You remember that, right? You remember Felix and Oscar? Okay, you guys, we got different people out here. We got different types of people. How many people remember Oscar's room? Used to go there talking to him, and next thing you know, he's at the foot of the bed. Kind of like Theo room from the Huxtables. You guys remember that? Theo's room from the Huxtables. You guys remember that? Tony Randolph. Thank you guys so much. Remember, I like those tiny little tea leaves. In Tetley tea. How the hell do I remember this stuff? I don't know. I used to watch it together. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Simple question. How many of you are Felix? If you're Felix, give me a number one. You're gonna go for number one and number two. If you're a Felix type of person, let's go number one. If you're more of an Oscar kind of person that's like, yo, I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm number two. I'll just take my time. I don't mind being number two. Sometimes I get up, I leave my bed unmade, and I just go do what I gotta do. Don't mess with my performance or nothing like that. Yeah, I let my clothes pile up a little bit. I wash them once they get a nice size. I'm not gonna be doing a whole bunch of loads. So let me know if you're number one. Let me know if you're number two. And I only got room for one number now. So we got a couple of Oscars as number twos. We got a couple of number ones. I am Felix, says Jelena. Okay. We got Sassy that says number two. I'm somewhat in between. Wife is a one, I'm a two. Okay, my kids call me a clean freak. Okay, we got some clean freaks up in here. We got some messy Tessies. Anybody remember messy Tessie? Definitely a number two level. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think it affects your performance outside of your home? The fact that you don't clean up as much? Like if you don't make your bed or whatever like that, does it affect your performance at work or the way that you feel in life? Does it affect you? You think so? You think so? When it comes to my tools, I'm number one. Yes. So do you guys think that you perform better? It doesn't affect you at all? Some people think it doesn't affect them. Some people think it probably does. Okay. So let me break this down to you guys. It does. It really does. And I'm saying that because sometimes accomplishments are, when they're used as a small accomplishment, can start your day a certain way. And being a certain way can make you feel a certain way. We're going to get into this today because there's many different types of people, and it doesn't matter. Nobody's better than the other. I'll be a two sometimes too. I'll let stuff pile up or whatever like that too. But I want to get into this topic because I thought about it. The psychology of people who keep their house clean. Are they addicted to cleaning up? Do they just like it being clean around them? Do they, like, what is it about people that always like to have their place clean? Are they more disciplined? Do they have more time on their hands? Or do they just as simply enjoy, the house being clean more? I don't know. So today we're going to get into that because it's health and wellness. And health and wellness has to do with this clutter, cleanliness. They say cleanliness is close to godliness. Jack says, I'm an overbearing hoarder. Okay, OCD goes for hoarding too. It goes both ways. Okay, only collectibles though. Okay, it's a habit. Oh no, Boogotti. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get into it today in our health and wellness section to you guys. This was a really good one. I'm so happy I found this. Took me a while to actually make it convince me, but I want to get right into it. I can't wait because it's kind of long. So we're going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now. The psychology of people who keep their house clean. That's it. The psychology of people that keep their house clean. And the name of the channel is what? The name of the channel is Turn Wiser. Easy, like turn the knob and get wiser. That's the name of the channel. Turn Wiser. Again, are they more disciplined than you because their houses are cleaner? Do they have more time on their hands? Do they simply enjoy their houses, their lives more than you? Do they enjoy their lives more than you? Nope. They're just wired differently. That's it. Different from someone who only cleans when guests arrive. Different from people that only want to clean up when they got clothes piled up. A lot of people like to maintain because they like the area being a certain way. I have a certain feeling. I'll tell you guys like this. When I wash my clothes, that last piece of clothing that I fold up, I feel a gust of wind come through where I put my clothes up and I'm like, oh, I can wear anything I want right now. When the house is clean, you can go do whatever you want. That's my personal feeling about it. What's yours? Let's get into it, you guys, because the psychology of people who keep their house clean, let's go.
To someone's home and noticed that it was spotless? Not because they were expecting guests, not because they spent the weekend deep cleaning, but simply because it is always that way. And you find yourself wondering, how do they do it? What is different about them? Are they just more disciplined? Do they have more time?
That is so dope. I love that. Little things that you guys are saying, it's fucking, I'm sorry, dope. I don't even know why I love this. Check out, for real, I love the vacuum marks. Yes, right, Audrey, I loved it. Audrey, you too? I love the vacuum marks. Love the vacuum marks.
Do they simply enjoy cleaning their home more than the rest of us? Here's what I have discovered. Those people are not just cleaner. They are wired differently. And I do not mean that in any mystical sense. I mean it literally, neurologically, psychologically. The person who cleans their house every single day is operating from a completely different mental framework than someone who cleans only when things get out of hand or when guests are about to arrive. Today, I want to break that down for you because what I'm going to show you is that a clean home is not just about a clean home. It is about the state of your mind, the structure of your identity, and the relationship you have with your own environment. And if you have ever felt that a messy environment drains you, causes anxiety, or quietly suffocates you, then this video might just be the one that changes how you think about your space forever. Let us start here. Your brain does not distinguish between your inner world and your outer world.
I like that. You so and you said it at the right time. It distinguishes between your inner world and your outer world. I like what you just said right there. When clean, I like to open my windows too, to let that gust of fresh air come through and do what it does. I cleaned up, now let that air come in, that clean air. That's right.
Precisely as you might think, the space you live in is constantly sending signals to your nervous system. There is a concept in environmental psychology called cognitive load. Cognitive load is simply the amount of mental effort your brain is using at any given moment. And here is what research has shown. Physical clutter competes for your attention, even when you are not consciously aware of it.
So now it's dirty all around you. Let's say you go somewhere, you got stuff knocking all around. You're trying to find something, or you want to sit somewhere comfortable, but because it's dirty, you got roaches or whatever like that. But when it's clean, it's peaceful around. You can see everything, and it's calm. The big difference is you don't notice it. You don't notice it, but it does affect you.
Every pile of unwashed laundry, every stack of unread mail, every dirty dish in the sink, socks on the floor, clothes draped over a chair or left on the bed. Your brain registers all of it as unfinished business.
Just like that treadmill that you got in the room over there, or that elliptical, the exercise bike, the one thing probably broke on it and you stopped, or the one that you got the clothes laying all over and you just use it as an extra hanger or whatever like that. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, but you know what? I work a lot. So all I got time to do is take a shower and not crash. So I don't really got time to clean up in here. It affects you in other ways. Same way, if you take some time out and clean that place up and every day you maintain it so it's not like that, you'll be good. Me, I don't let my clothes pile up. This shirt come off by hand. I go hang it up. I don't have any dirty shirts. Not one. Let's keep going.
An unfinished business is mentally expensive. A study conducted at Princeton University found that physical clutter in your surroundings actually interferes with your ability to focus. It overloads your visual cortex and impairs your brain's ability to process information. So your messy room is not just irritating, it is literally making you less sharp, less focused, and more mentally fatigued.
Even if you say it's not. And I want to bring that as a premier point. Even if your lazy ass is saying that it's not. Yeah, gotta say it like that. Clean that damn room up and stop acting like that.
Does your focus slip when your space is disorganized? Now flip that around. When your environment is clean and ordered, your brain gets to relax. That is why people who clean their home every day are not just tidier. They think more clearly. They are calmer. They are more focused. Their environment works for them, not against them. Now I want you to understand something deeper about this behavior. When we talk about people who clean every day, we are not really talking about people who love scrubbing floors. And let's be honest, who actually enjoys scrubbing the floor every day or vacuuming constantly? We are talking about people who have figured out, consciously or not.
I want to just say one thing real quick too. Like I said, now you clean your clothes, you got all your clothes clean, you got everything up. Now, how do you feel when everything in your laundry is clean? Makes you feel like you almost went clothes shopping. Now you can wear anything that you want. Open up your closet, you like this. Oh, what do I want to put on today? You know what I'm saying? Everything is folded and nice. Also, every time you act on your environment, you send a signal saying that you're in control. You can handle this. People who figure this out understand that it's important to control what they can. I can control my clothes being clean. I mean, being folded up. I can deal with what you can deal with in that manner, and it helps you out in the long run in other areas in life. Plus, now you can focus on doing other things that you need time for in a more calmer environment because it's clean. And just do a little at a time and keep it going every day. Let's go. Not only do I do that with my clothes, but I have no dirty dishes once I'm done, unless it's the dish that I'm eating. As I'm finished using that pot, I wash it out, dry it. There's no dishes in the sink when I'm done. Stuff like that too. Let's go.
That maintaining their environment is one of the most reliable ways to maintain a sense of control over their own life. Think about it this way. There are so many things in your life that you cannot control. You cannot control the economy, the weather, other people's behavior, the result of a football match on TV, what happens in traffic, or what your boss says in a meeting. Most of life is unpredictable. And for many people, that unpredictability creates this quiet, constant anxiety, a background hum of stress that never fully goes away. But your home, that you can control, the state of your kitchen counter,
There you
whether
go.
your bathroom has been wiped down,
There you go.
whether your bed is made, those are entirely within your domain. And every time you act on your environment and restore it to order, you send a signal to your nervous system that says, I am in charge here. I can handle things. Everything is okay. Have you ever felt a sense of relief after cleaning your home? In psychology, this relates to what is called the locus of control. People who have a strong internal locus of control, meaning they believe their actions genuinely influence their outcomes, tend to experience less anxiety, greater motivation, and greater resilience.
Do you feel
And one of the
do you feel more comfortable once your home is clean? I gotta ask the question. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it right now. We ain't do it all day. How many people feel more comfortable once their home is free of clutter, don't got nothing in the way? Give me a thumbs up. If it doesn't make that much of a big difference to you, you can chill out no matter what and you're good. Give me a thumbs down. You don't always have to agree with us. Bugatti, I'm good either or. Don't even worry about me. I'm straight. But if you feel better when your house is clean, full of less clutter, and the windows open and it's flowing, give me a thumbs up. And this lets me know how you guys think about this topic over here. Miss Swanza, Jeffrey Spooker, okay. Yes, no dishes in my sink. I don't like stuff on my counters. So if you have a bad day, work going home, it's nice when it's clean. You see that? Ain't that dope, Audrey? You got a bad day, but you coming into a clean house. It's hard to stay mad when your environment is clean. You know what you're gonna say? I'm leaving that crap outside. No, chilling in a mess. Okay, you chilling in a mess? No chilling in a mess. Nah, Casey ain't going for no chilling in the mess. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I have a lot of nice stuff I've collected over years. I'm in love with it. If someone wants it, I'll give it up. Okay, well, put some photos up in the Discord and let them see what it is. They might be interested. How many of us do a morning reset? That's a good question as well. I take pride in my home. That's good, Jolena. I respect that. Let's keep going.
simplest ways to reinforce your internal locus of control every single day is to take ownership of your immediate environment. Clean the counters, make the bed, wash, and put away the dishes before they pile up. And you will feel the relief. Now I want to talk about something that I believe is the real key to understanding this behavior. And it brings me back to what I talk about constantly on this channel, identity. People who clean their home every day are not doing it primarily because they love cleaning. Let us be realistic. Who actually enjoys tidying their home every single day?
Not me.
Most of them would probably tell you they do not.
Not me.
They do it because somewhere along the way, through repeated action, through building the habit, through seeing the results, they internalized an identity. They became the type of person who keeps a clean home. And once that becomes part of what you believe yourself to be, the behavior becomes almost automatic.
I hate to say this, Adam, but guess what? You said you're going through something because of a kitchen fire and it's destroyed. It's bringing you down because of the way it looks. You're not used to it. It's not your style. The way it happened probably was terrible. I'm hoping that nobody got hurt behind it also. And you can't wait to get it taken care of. But that's a perfect example of what we're talking about here. If you weren't that type of person, you wouldn't even care. It wouldn't even affect you.
Behavioral psychology is very clear on this. We act in alignment with who we believe we are. So if you believe you are a disorganized person, a messy person, someone who simply cannot keep things tidy, what do you think will happen? You will let things pile up and tell yourself, well,
that's just the way I am.
That's the way I have always been.
You know?
But here's the good news. Identity is not fixed. Identity is built through evidence. And the evidence comes from your actions. Every time you wipe down the table after dinner, you are building the identity of someone who takes care of their space. Every time you make your bed in the morning, you are reinforcing the belief that you are someone who follows through on small commitments. Do that enough times, and your brain has no choice but to update its picture of who you are.
Repeated
This
actions.
is what identity-based habit theory rooted in cognitive dissonance research tells us. Repeated actions shape self-concept. And once a behavior becomes part of your identity, it becomes natural and automatic.
It takes 61 days for repeated actions to become natural and automatic. If you keep on doing something 61 days, I've been doing this for over 500 and something days. It's really hard for me to mess up. Not because I'm showing off, but I've been doing it too damn long. I've been doing this right here for too long. And I got to one point, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but whoever's been here for a while, I got to a point where I wanted to be better. And I told myself, get better at being a host, get better at delivering, get better at speaking, say things more clearer. And I just started pushing. So there was one point where I was just like, oh, I'm talking about robot with it. I was not playing. This is the information. And it got me stuck in being that way. I was playing doing it, and then it made me stuck in being that way. But it actually was a good thing that I was doing. Just like when I was playing around saying, Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Help me find Jaga. I said that playing when I was a kid, trying to sound like Lionel. Now that I'm a grown man, I sound damn near just like him. You get what I'm saying? So keep on practicing, keep on doing stuff over certain periods of time. If it's the right thing, you're going to learn the right way. And if it's the wrong thing, you already know how that goes. So just try to keep on training yourself. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. Keep on practicing. Do a little at a time. I'm not trying to tell you overnight to clean your whole house, but if you do a little at a time and you see that shelf is cleared, you see that cabinet is, took all the stuff off the bike. After a while, you're gonna want to ride the bike and get rid of the rest of that stuff. Just keep on going, y'all.
The goal is not to force yourself to clean every day for the rest of your life. The goal is to do it consistently enough that you stop being someone who has to force themselves to clean their own home and start being someone who simply does it. Let me tell you why this habit is especially powerful when it becomes part of your morning ritual. Neurologically, right after waking up, your brain is in a relaxed, receptive state. Your cortisol, your stress hormone, naturally spikes in the morning, which actually creates a window for focus and neuroplasticity. Your brain is literally more capable of rewiring itself in the morning than at any other point during the.
How come you can think so much clearer right in the morning? I feel so much when I think about something when I wake up, probably after that first cup of coffee, you sit down, you get all the ideas running in. That's why I'm great at this show myself, because it's the first thing that I do, and I train myself to constantly be good at it this in the morning. Put the suit on, do this, make sure your hair is that. Y'all don't understand how many parts of, I said to myself, if they knew what type of production it was, just to turn on your phone every day to be Boogotti and be our bottom line, then you'd really understand.
The day. So what happens when the very first act of your day is to make your bed or to wipe down the kitchen? You are doing several things at once. First, you are using that neurological window to reinforce a behavior that will eventually become automatic. Second, you are generating what psychologists call a completion loop. Your brain receives a small but genuinely powerful dopamine hit when you finish a task and see the results. A made bed.
When you finish a task, you like to see the results. You got the bed made. Don't be jumping on my bed. Get over, leave my bed alone. Whatever. That's how you get after a while. Plus, after you put that work in, you don't want nobody else to be messing around in either.
A clean sink, a wiped counter. These are visible markers of a completed action, and they feel good to the brain. Third, and this is the most important part, you are building momentum. Admiral William McRaven, in his famous commencement speech at the University of Texas that went viral,
Thank you, G-Man,
said something incredibly simple and profound.
Watch this.
If you want to change the world, start by making your bed.
Ooh.
Because when you make your bed in the morning, you have already accomplished the first task of the day. That gives you a small sense of pride. It encourages you to complete another task and another. And by the end of the day, that one small task will have multiplied into many completed tasks.
People can't understand how can I do like 30 or 20 or 30 tasks in a day, because I've trained myself to do that in certain in times. Do the lighting, make the bed, get the suit ready. I told you already, my suit is hung up tomorrow. The suit that I'm wearing tomorrow, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna have on a blue suit with a white shirt with a red tie tomorrow. It's already hanging up in the other room. Already got the shoes laid out and everything. Already did part of the header for tomorrow's show. You guys see what I'm talking about? You know why? Because I don't got to clean up in here. I don't got no dishes to do. I don't got no extra work that I need to do around me. And now because my environment is the way that it is, I'm comfortable. I also even took it a step further than that. So I don't got to go outside too much. My own recording studio for audio, own recording studio for video. Everything in here, one place. But it can't be like that if it's messy. And you damn sure don't want no company coming over like that, right? Let's keep on moving forward. Let's go.
The compound effect of daily cleaning is not just a tidier home. It is a more productive day, every single day. Now, I want to be honest with you about something, because I know some of you listening right now are thinking, I am just a messy person. I have always been messy. My parents were messy. My apartment has always been messy.
I don't want to hear it. That's the part I'm going to say. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what he's going to say after this, but I don't even want to hear that crap. I've always, so what? Stop it. Change.
That is simply who I am. I hear you, but I want you to hear this. Your clutter is not neutral. It is trying to tell you something. It is almost always either a symptom or a cause
Miss
of something
Keisha.
that is happening on the inside. When life feels out of control, people's environments tend to reflect that. When someone is going through depression, their space is often the first thing to deteriorate.
Like when you have that breakup and you in there like, oh, Gina, 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 Gina. And he was in there with one sock on and with the boxes on because Gina left him and the whole house was filthy because he ain't even care. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Martin, y'all know when your heart get broke or you lose your job. Yeah, but guess what? That's actually, you go through motions and we get it. And I've done it myself. You feel terrible. But the real thing you need to do is keep on pushing and staying together. Line yourself up. Get that head done right. Stick it to keep on going straight. Get yourself together because guess what? That too is going to pass. And why look like that? But I understand people go through the motions. Gina, Gina, Gina. Remember he had that one sock on, y'all, with them boxes on when Cole and Tommy came in there?
Their apartment becomes dirty. Dishes go unwashed. Beds go unmade. The mess on the outside mirrors the chaos within. Research published in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that people who described their homes as cluttered or full of unfinished projects had higher levels of the stress hormone cortisol throughout the day, compared to people who described their homes as restful and relaxing.
I know some teachers. I didn't even believe this. It was this teacher. Her house looked like that. It looked just like that, but you wouldn't even believe that her house looked like that. It looked just like that. You'd be like, damn, why your house look like that? But you you couldn't even tell. Nice dresses and everything, coming to school or whatever. But I wonder what that felt like, just having your place all cluttered like that. And what's the excuse? Let's keep going. Let's go.
Think about that. The state of your home is literally affecting your baseline stress level every hour you spend in it. So if you have been wondering why you feel tired when you come home from work, why you cannot seem to relax, why your evenings feel stressful even when nothing particularly bad happened that day, look around. Your environment may be the very thing that is quietly draining you. Here's something I want you to stop believing right now. People who clean every day are not more disciplined than you. They have not somehow achieved a level of willpower that you have not yet reached. That is an entirely wrong frame. And I want you to stop thinking that way because it is simply not true.
Thank
When you
you.
watch someone with a consistently clean home, you are not watching discipline in action. You are watching a system. You are watching automation. You are watching someone whose habit has become as natural as brushing their teeth before bed. It is simply what they do. Just like brushing their teeth, as I said.
Like for instance, when I'm shaving, I might get a little bit of hair in the sink or whatever like that. I'm not waiting till it's all done. I'm wiping down the sink, getting all that water, getting it down there so it's less and less. By the time I'm finished, I'm just wiping one more time and I'm done. I do the floor because it's tile, because I want it to be nice and clean. I got the mop already by the door because I know I'm gonna have messed the floor up a little bit. So I got the mop by the door. Boom, hit that on the way out. Boom, throw it in the bucket. Whole life, I'm not playing. Yo, you talking about efficient? Man, listen, y'all should see me after the show. Gotta post this, gotta do that. What? It's not a game. Talking about Boogotti don't work. Is you crazy? Man, listen, let's keep on moving forward. You gotta actually add things while you're doing stuff. You on the phone, clean something. Yeah, move around while you're doing something.
And that is what you want to build for yourself. Not more discipline, more automation. Because discipline is a limited resource. You can burn through it.
Somebody said I live on Depressing Me Street. Get out of there, songwriter. Don't live on Depressing Me Street. Change your environment. Clean it up.
We've all had the experience of being very strict with ourselves in one area, only to fall completely apart in another.
I call that what do they call that? You be real strict on yourself in one area, but in the other area you messing up. That's kind of like when you save money so much. What's that saying? You so hold you hold a nickel so tight, but you spend money like it's the wrong way when you do spend it. Some people are like that as well.
Because we used up all of our willpower. Automation does not work that way. Automation is self-sustaining. A 2009 study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology found that it takes an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic.
Told you.
To shift from something you have to consciously choose to do to something your brain simply does on its own. So the goal is not to force yourself to clean every day for the rest of your life.
What's up, Kendra?
The goal is to force yourself to clean every day for long enough that it stops being something you force.
I want to bring that back real quick.
A 2009 study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology found that it takes an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. To shift from something you have to consciously choose to do to something your brain simply does on its own. So the goal is not to force yourself to clean every day for the rest of your life. The goal is to force yourself to clean every day for long enough that it stops being something you force. That is the transition. And once you make it, the habit sustains itself. There's another dimension to this that does not get talked about enough, and that is the sensory experience of a clean environment. Because cleaning your space every day is not just a cognitive benefit, it is a deeply physical, sensory, almost nervous system level experience. Think about what it actually feels like to walk into a clean room. The visual clarity, the open space, the absence of that low-level visual noise that clutter creates. There is something about a clean, ordered environment that communicates safety to your nervous system. It signals things are handled, everything is okay.
Right?
You can rest. Now for people who are highly sensitive, people who absorb the energy and the moods of the environment around them, this effect is even more pronounced.
Why do you think hospitals, spas, and certain places are so clean and they have a certain area smell to them? You don't see clutter and all of that stuff around there. It has to be nice and airy and clean out, white and stuff like that. You don't see clutter in a spa.
If you have ever walked into a messy room and immediately felt your anxiety rise,
Okay, have a good day.
or entered a clean, minimalist space and felt yourself exhale, that is your nervous system responding to environmental input. And for those people, maintaining a clean space is not a preference. It is genuinely a mental health practice. There is a reason why hospitals, meditation centers, high-end spas, all places designed to promote healing and calm, are obsessively clean and ordered.
You are right, Crystal. Crystal, you're right.
It is neurological.
Crystal is right. Look at Crystal's message. She is correct. The clutter causes stress just looking at it. There you go.
A clean environment actively supports your brain's ability to regulate, calm down, and recover from the stress of the day. Here is something I find absolutely fascinating, and I want to share it with you because I believe it will change the way you see this entire habit. When people clean, they are often not just cleaning the physical space. There is a reason why so many people reach for a broom or a vacuum cleaner.
You ever get stressed out and just go for the broom or go to mop or whatever like that? And you ever see, believe it or not, we're going to go to a comedy, a movie that we all know because we all fans of his. Jim Carrey, when he was acting, when he was like, what's that? When he was God, remember when he was mopping the floor? The most simplest act of doing something, once you come to the end of it, you feel like you've done something, mopping the floor. Yes, those cleaning up, making your bed, all of that means something. Bruce Almighty. That's what I'm talking about. Bruce Almighty.
When they are stressed, anxious, or emotionally overwhelmed. And be honest, has that ever happened to you? When you felt irritable or dissatisfied and suddenly found yourself reorganizing your home? The act of
Your mother is right. I gotta stop when you guys are right. Who's that? Angels Amongst Us? 21444? Your mama was right. My moms used to turn her music up, light incense, and clean. Exactly. That's what they gonna watch this. And you right on time with it too. Watch this.
of cleaning, its rhythm, its physicality, its visible and immediate results, is one of the most effective forms of behavioral activation that psychology recognizes. Behavioral activation is the clinical term for using physical action to shift your emotional state. When you are anxious and sitting still, your nervous system stays activated. But when you get up and do something, especially something with a clear beginning, middle, and end, you give your brain a way to discharge that nervous energy through action. The dishes get done, and something inside you settles. People who clean every day have often stumbled onto this without realizing it. They have built a habit that serves them emotionally just as much as practically. The physical act of restoring order to their space helps them restore order to their mind.
Because you can control
The
it.
external process mirrors and supports the internal one. And this is especially powerful at the end of the day.
Somebody said that show Hoarders makes me sick because you're not that kind of person, Audrey. That's exactly why it makes you sick. And do yourself a favor. Don't let your clothes pile up. Don't make an excuse about I'll get to it later. Don't do that. Because I could say the same thing like I said earlier. I don't have any dirty shirts until I take this one off. And then, whoop, and then I got the drying rack right there where it's drying. Keep on going.
If you spend 10 minutes tidying up before bed, wiping down surfaces, putting things back in their place, leaving the space exactly as you want to find it tomorrow morning, what you are really doing is creating a psychological boundary between the day that was and the night that is coming.
It's actually wellness, health and wellness, your surroundings. All of this is health and wellness, believe it or not.
You are telling your brain, the day is done. I handled it. It is time to rest now. So let us talk practically, because I know some of you are listening to this and thinking, okay, I understand, but I'm still not doing it. I still let things pile up. I still tell myself I will clean later. And that later never comes. So how do you actually begin?
We're going to shrink the start. You want to know what shrink the start means?
The first thing, and this is critically important, is to shrink the start. One of the biggest reasons people do not clean consistently is that they wait until there is a towering pile of dishes, a mountain of dirty.
Anybody got this excuse right here? You don't even want to go look at that. You don't even want to look at that. You're trying to find all types of other clothes, so you don't even go next to this right here. That closet, that hamper, that room, that environment where this is going on at, you don't even really like going over there. So imagine how it's affecting you, just compartmentalizing it. Let's go.
Be laundry. And then when they look at how much work awaits them, they cannot even bring themselves to begin. And large tasks are easy to avoid. So what you want to do is never let it get to that point. Catch it small. Wipe the counter right after cooking. Wash the dishes right after eating. Put things back immediately after using them.
You can actually wash the dishes while you're eating. Or like, this is how I do it. Because it's only me. Or if I got a guest, got some food there, you're gonna take it out the pots anyway, number one, because you don't want it to be, let's say, you don't want to leave food in the pot. So you're putting it in another bowl or something like that. You might want to cover it just in case somebody wants seconds. Nobody wants seconds and you're good. Clean that stuff up, clean that sink out. This way, when you're getting up out of there, you don't have to worry about all of that. I don't even like having pots around when I'm eating. I'm serious. Put it in a bowl, get that pot clean, and you're gonna leave it in the bowl or the Tupperware to put in the refrigerator anyway. Get it out of there. Keep it moving. This way, you ain't saying, "Who gonna help me put the food away?"
When the mess never gets a chance to grow, the maintenance required is minimal.
There you go. There, you know what I'm talking about, the herbal. There you
You
go.
are simply maintaining.
There you go.
The second thing is to attach it to something that already exists in your routine. This is what behavioral scientists call habit stacking, or what our grandmothers would have simply called building good habits. You are not trying to create a new habit from scratch.
Somebody's brushing their teeth while they cleaning the sink. I saw somebody wiping off the counter while they was making coffee.
You are attaching a new behavior to an existing trigger. You already make coffee every morning, so wipe the counter while the coffee brews. You already brush your teeth every night, so wipe down the bathroom sink right after. The third thing is to make it enjoyable. I know that sounds obvious, but this is where most people go wrong. Do not approach cleaning as though you are being punished, as something you are forced to do. And anything that feels like punishment, your brain will naturally avoid. So how do you make it enjoyable? Put on the music you love. A playlist that lifts your mood or calms you depending on what you need. Make yourself a drink. Turn it into a ritual you actually look forward to, rather than a chore you dread.
Somebody said I clean as I'm cooking, the herbal. Also, we got, and it helps reduce the risk of mice and bugs. I did lose my cool, and yeah, I was the one that cleaned it up. There you go. I like that.
I want to close with this because I believe it is the most important thing I will say in this entire episode. Your home is not just where you live, it is a physical expression of your standards. And do not let yourself forget that. It reflects what you believe you deserve. And this is something that most people have never consciously thought about, yet it is operating on them all the time. When you begin to take care of your space, when you clean it, and send yourself the message, I live here. This is what I deserve. Just imagine coming home from a long day in the city or from work, exhausted, and being greeted by an ordered welcoming home. Be honest with yourself. That feeling is a good one, is it not? People who clean their home every day are not obsessive. They are not rigid. They are not spending hours scrubbing things. They have simply decided that their environment matters, that their inner world is reflected in their outer world, that it affects their mood, their energy, their sense of self. Does that not ring true? So here's what I would like you to do for yourself over the next 7 days.
Here we go.
Choose one space in your home, just one, and maintain it every single day. It could be the kitchen, the living room, or the bedroom. You decide which one you want to focus on. Perhaps the room where you spend the most time, or maybe the one that bothers you the most. Do that for 7 days. Then tell me it has not changed something in you. Tell me it has not changed how you feel when you wake up and walk into that room in the morning. Tell me it has not given you a little more energy, a little more focus.
My storage area, I just was throwing stuff in there, throwing stuff in there, throwing stuff in there. I said, you know what, let me get in there and clean that up. Took my time, kept on going there, throwing stuff out, fixed it up. Now it's the new garden. And it's when I finish cleaning it up, I open the door, a little burst of air flows through that room. Yep, it sure do.
A little more confidence that you are someone who follows through on small commitments to yourself. Because that is what this is really about. Not a clean room, not a made bed. It is about becoming the kind of person who shows up for themselves.
Thank you, View Star. Appreciate
Someone
you.
who takes care of their apartment and, by extension, their inner peace. I would love to hear about your experiences. Do you find it easier to live in chaos or in an ordered home? And do you agree with what you have seen here today? And why? Thank you so much for watching this video.
One thing we never do, and I know you guys are going to ask, but I like to earn it first. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want us to be able to bring more stories like this to you. And make sure that if you have not hit that like button, go ahead and hit it. I know we're doing pretty good on those likes, but guess what? If you haven't, hit it. And also subscribe to the channel the same way I'm about to do right here, because we have not subscribed yet. So what we're going to do is this. At the same time, we're going to learn at the same time. This was the psychology of people who keep their house clean. Very simple. The psychology of people who keep their house clean. What's the name of the channel? Turn Wiser. It's like saying turn your brain wiser or turn wiser. And another thing you guys got to remember, you don't have to ask where the video is or where the video comes from if you join the Our Bottom Line Discord. Because every day when we do these health and wellness videos, I'm the one that copy paste, boop, and I drop it in the Discord every single day, so you don't got to go running and looking for it. You might want to see the one from the day before. You might want to see the one about the toothpaste. You might want to see the one about the coffees that we already did. Every single one of them on Our Bottom Line's Discord. So go over to Discord, download it if you don't already have it, and become a member of Our Bottom Line's Discord. Because the psychology of people who keep their house clean in the Turn Wiser channel. Now, this is what I want you guys to do under me as well. Hit that subscribe, like what I'm about to do right now. Subscribe. Once it does that, now you want to hit that arrow, boom, and you go to all. This way, I'm going to be able to get all notifications from Turn Wiser, and I'll be able to continuously bring you guys videos like that. That's right. Like I said a minute ago, yes, you will be able to go to the Our Bottom Line Discord and you will be able to see that video. That's how we do it around here. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys really, I go through a lot on those. Normally I play 2 or 3 to try to make it really worth something. I said, that one is pretty long, but it has to really have substance, and it did. So I'm glad that you guys, and I know you got something out of that. I'm kind of pushy when it comes down to certain stuff, but you know what? It's only for the good. I want to see us do better as people, and I want us to be healthier and much weller. That's right. That was the health and wellness section. Every single day we do that right here on Our Bottom Line. Now guess what? It ain't over. It ain't over. I thought you didn't like the beat. Groove me. Ow. Baby. Tonight. That's right, you guys. Let's get on over here. We got another video for you. I want you to see what the power of, you guys ready? LOVE can do. Do you have any idea what the power of love can do? We see a lot of war. We see a lot of and destruction. But do you have any idea what love can do? I like to see what love can do. From something or an animal that looks like it's on its last limb, to turning around a whole 360 degrees and just like looking like such a beautiful animal. And this animal here that I'm about to show you, it's a dog, of course, but for some reason she reminds me of a reindeer. So let's get into it, you guys. And I'm so glad that they didn't let her lose her life. This was a volunteer that wanted to go out to Africa and found a little friend and fell in love. This is a tiny street puppy who asks the girl for help, and she refuses to leave her behind. Come on, you guys. You know we love our furry friends. Let's go. Was volunteering in Ghana, and one day a little boy brought this dying puppy and said, I found her in the gutter. When I saw her, I was like, this puppy needs help. She was super sick, cuts all over her. She had a Band-Aid on her head. Bad cuts, you guys, real bad. Really big stomach, but you could see the ribs. I was very worried. You could just tell she didn't have much time to live. From that day on, we were feeding her, and me and her had like a special connection. She still had a great personality, tail always wagging no matter what. Why are their tails always wagging no matter how much people put them through? They always find a way. She would always want to be like laying on you. I think she knew that I was taking care of her the most. We found out that in Ghana, most people that live in Ghana don't take street dogs as pets. So we were like, we're not going to really find her an owner. Let's see the process of taking her home. We had to take her to the vet, and then kept her there for 6 months after all her vaccines. And then I ended up flying back to Ghana to pick her up 6 months later. When I got there and saw her, she was so excited, like trying to break the crate down, just crying. She still like just remembered who I am. Remember the word I said, right? Cuts all over her body, big gash on her head, looking terrible, right? But you remember the word that I used first, right? All right. Once Apricot got home, you could just tell she felt safe. She named her Apricot because she had to keep her because she said nobody in Ghana was going to take her. Yeah. It definitely took her some time to adjust, especially we have another puppy, and it was just so interesting to see their connection. She's full of love. If you lay on the couch, she'll curl up with you. I mean, she's changed so much. Every time I look at her now, I just see what she looked like in Ghana, and I'm just like, wow. I'm so happy that she's healthy and alive. And the fact that she even looks like this now to me is just crazy. Most people wouldn't be able to go through with all this process. Do you have any idea what they went through to get that baby looking like that? And she got the deer spots. You see the little spots? But having her here is the most rewarding thing that we've done. That's right, you guys. You know we love them, all breeds, all types, all animals. And that's how we do it around here at Our Bottom Line. You're trying to get your promo out there, trying to get in front of more people. You might be doing a party, promotion. You're trying to get a job, send us your resume. We even put that up in the post notification area. Hey, such and such needs a job. That's right. We'll put that up in there too. That's right. It's called the Our Bottom Line what's that? What is it? It's the Our Bottom Line. It's the post notification area. And what we do is we use every single part of our channel over here. I got to put some stuff up in the post notification area too. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that. You guys are going to have to start sending me some more images. And not just your own images of what you're doing at home. I want to know what festivals are going on. I want to know what soup kitchens are available. I want to know what sort of community gardens are available. I want to know where there's a job available. I want to know where there's community resources at. I want to know all of that stuff. And you guys who are on the bottom line Discord, why aren't you posting that stuff up? Let's not just post stuff up about ourselves. You go inside a Walmart and you see something on the wall, a circular, boom, take a picture, put it in Discord. You find out a program for children, boom, take a picture and put that up. That's right, you guys. That's what you got to do. Share with each other information. Let's keep on moving forward. Also, you see what Miss Swans is about to say. She a little early though, but because I ain't at that part yet. But I'm gonna say it. You want to get lit, drink Big Drip. Because I'm really worried about you guys right now, and I want more for the community, more information and more sharing. So yes, I don't care what city Bugatti, but I'm all the way in Cleveland. I'm all the way. I don't care. Because if you post it up somewhere, somebody in the neighborhood that you're in is probably going to need that information. Let's start doing that. Street fairs, big things going on, doctors, anything that you guys got, any information that can help, back to school information, stuff about pools and security and stuff like that. We want to share all of that information. That's right. Join our bottom line Discord, whatever information that you have. I want you to post it up and then tell everybody what's going on. You never know who you're going to help. Imagine if you could help somebody. I bet you feel better about your day. All I had to do was post this and somebody went and got a job. I went and posted this and 4 people went and got some food from that pantry. That's what I'm talking about. We all got to do it. Come on now, because I asked you guys to write a letter for me before for YouTube, and almost like 28 people sent it. And that's when we was up to what, almost 100,000. Come on, you guys, y'all got to get better out there. Don't just be that way when we're here. Act on it. I still send out promos and stuff like that after I get off of here. So we got to really act on the things that we're talking about. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Y'all ready? That's why I always tell you, if you want to put something in the post notification area, it has to be in a 1080 by 1080 size form in order to fit. And you send it over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Again, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I'll put it up in the post notification area. And yes, that's what we got coming up. The Show Your Talent search. It's the talent search that we're doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Also, one person from here, boom, is going to be able to be a part of it too and win $250. After we get everybody together, you know what we're going to do? Make them compete against each other. And one person, that's right, one person is going to be able to walk away with $1,000. You see that grand prize right there, you guys. Y'all see that, right? So yes, be a part of the Show Your Talent search. All you guys got to do is go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Again, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, put your email address in, and boom, that's it. We'll keep you notified on where we're going to be. And that's right. After we get everybody together, that one person will be walking away with that $1,000 grand prize. I'll be one of the hosts as well as my DJ, DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. You guys, let's keep on moving forward right now because you know what we got to do. That's right. It might be Tuesday, but that don't mean that we don't got to get those prayers in the air for tomorrow, hump day, so we can be right back here on what's that? That's going to be the 10th. Can you guys believe tomorrow is going to be the 10th of June? How fast this month is going by, how fast this year is going by. That's why I told you guys we only got 31 more days, and I can do that on my pinky. So don't worry about it. We're going to be right back to where we were supposed to be. Plus, I got another card up my sleeve, sending that letter to legal, because guess what? I want them to see what they did. I want them to watch the video. And I think they need to give us back all of the numbers that we were at. We were already at what, 300,000 or something like that. I mean, maybe at 4 million. We had 4.5 million. We are now down to 500 and something thousand. But I look at that as a joke. You know why? Because our bottom line, we do 100,000 a day when you're not playing with us. Sometimes we do 70, 80, 40, 50. So I'm gonna be able to climb that number real fast. As long as God wake me up tomorrow and keep on having me pushing, I'm not worrying about what somebody trying to do when they suppress me. That's why I keep on telling you guys, keep on doing what you gotta do. Keep on being the best at what you are, what you do, and nobody gonna be able to suppress you. Even if they do try to act like they dope, they better. You know what you do in that case? You just walk up and you say, oh, 31 days over. Give me my mic back. I don't know what the hell y'all was doing, but we back now. Y'all know what's about to happen. We've been doing it under pressure. Imagine what's going to happen once they take the pressure off of us. It's going to get even worse. So that's what I'm looking at, you guys. I'm not worrying about the problems. I'm focused on the positivity. So we got to get those prayers in the air. I hope you guys take all of this positive energy, do something with it, share it with somebody, and I hope that they can actually shine a light on someone as well. I want to pray for happiness. I want to pray for love. I want to pray for understanding. I want to pray for good feelings and great emotions. I want to pray for people sticking together. I want to pray for debates, because out of debates, you actually get solutions. I want to pray for good health for every single person here, your family, as well as your animals. I'm praying for Winter Rising, Christina, Tony, can't forget 55, Amanda, Brad, Pitbull, Audrey, who's that? Go All Out, Go All Out, Kendra Walker, Audrey Durham, can't forget Winter Rising and Jolena, Miss Keisha. Okay, we got Guy down there in the building as well. We're praying for Be Honest, Crystal, can't forget about Casey Ramos as well, Audrey, Brad Pitbull, Jay Woods, 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy, Jolena Winter Rising, Mary Tanner, Kendra Walker, my sister. How you doing there, girl? That's right. Okay, we can't forget about liberty and justice. And that's right, liberty and justice. And Casey, we have 31 more days. I made a mistake. We got 31 more days to be right back where we are. So guess what? I'm gonna put a cherry on top of that. That means July the 10th, it's over. We don't got to worry about that crap no more. That's 90 days right there. July the 10th, y'all got y'all 90 days. How about that? And we can do that on our pinky. So I'm hoping everybody's happy for that new information. Use it. Make it shine a light on you so you can be happy as I am right now. Want to pray for Jolena. Can't forget about praying for Amanda. Want to pray for Goo. Can't forget about Casey. That's right. Exactly, Miss Keisha. Who else we got? Annette Giles. Jolena, always doing your thing and stepping up. And everybody who fought with me through all of the drama, whatever like that, and all of the little drama that we had, I want you guys to feel happy for yourselves because I could not have done it without you. Going through the drama, you guys still showed up. We still got brand new followers and we still did what we had to do. So that's why I'm praying for you guys. Sweet RV Adventures, Winter Rising, Big Zip. Can't forget about Lunchbox 1911, Be Honest, Miss Swanza, myself, Boogotti NYC, Winter Rising, Jeffrey Spilker, Kalesif, Angels Among Us. Can't forget about Teddy, Luigi, every single person out there. 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy, Be Honest, Sweet RV, Audrey, every single, oh, wait a minute, Rebecca Lanya and Bueno. Can't forget about Sweet RV, can't forget about Angels Among Us, and last but not least, Dot Focus. Amen. And like I always tell you guys, y'all already know what's going to go down. Tomorrow, same place, same time. Then it'll be 30 days. So that means we gaining on them, y'all. We gaining. And just to let you know, they're already letting up. We did 20 yesterday. I don't know what we're going to do today, but they letting up already because they know that they can't mess with the #1 show on YouTube. The #1 live show on YouTube is Our Bottom Line, and it's not because of me. It's because of you guys as well as myself. Could not do this without you. Because if I did, they'd be coming through that damn door with a white jacket. And I'm not talking about the one that I wore in Paranoid. I ain't talking about that one. God bless you guys. Y'all have a fantastic day. And y'all know what I'm about to say right now, right? Because we got to get out of here. I got to get more trending topics, current events, and stack this deck. Come up with a new header for tomorrow. And like I always tell you guys, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 in the morning, got 'em. Peace.